Dota, you always have to represent this type. Playing it a little bit too close to the edge and OG reacting very quickly. But I do think that going for the mid defense, as we talked about at length in our cast, I think the mid tier 1 tower means so much, especially for the Radiant side. It controls your entire part of the jungle. It makes it so that OG can't get so familiar. It allows this Night Stalker to play very aggressively normally. So here comes
Disruption into Lana, maybe gonna go for the hook.
They don't have a shrine.
Just a straight up Doom. The mass TP's coming in, but the shrine is not available for S4 to be able to heal off of. So all these heroes, they're just trickling in one by one, possibly into their Doom. But Sebastian is getting some good damage out. They're gonna be able to finish off Lana, and they catch the Chronosphere onto the Doom. But Paparazzi is still gonna fight this one out. Man,
well, 11 is so tanky.
Or he can actually get a stun out, but still, 11 survives through that Chronosphere. Paparazzi gets a little bit too far forward. Battery Assault threatening him away, forcing him outside of that tier 2 tower. But Ori, since he already has his ultimate,
man.
Paparazzi at the correct read. Just a little bit too shy.
Just a beat away. And we see the problem right now, the Void. Not quite strong enough yet.
I mean, the damage is just abysmal.
Yeah, he
trying to go for a hero like Doom.
And Doom's only got 3 armor, but he's got 1700 health right now. No Tail. Doesn't have a Mask of Madness, no Shadow Blade or anything like that.
Yeah.
You go for the Helm of Dom, you're going to lack, at least in the DPS department.
He is completely reliant on having either S4 or maybe Gujarkov. Again, the blink. No damage on him whatsoever. They quickly surround that mid-tier 1 tower, though, and it looks like we will finally get that trade off. But this time around, it's going to be Fenrir caught as he takes that tier 2 tower. They tried to get the extra kill, but it looks like this time the TP will complete.
Yeah. The good news, though, for OG is that they finally get something on the map. They get the tier 1 tower mid. They desperately needed that. It just opens up Jerix's game now, too. It allows them to not have to force somebody over there at all times, because it's always in your mind. It's like, the mid lane is pushing in, I've got to deal with that at all times. Lana, gonna run into No Tail. No Tail blocking with his Centaur in case the hook shot falls in.
Yeah, you could already see the change of movement here from OG. Now that the mid-tier 1 tower is gone, they can play a lot more in that Radiant jungle instead of being forced to constantly be in that top lane.
I'd kind of like them to switch things up, though. I think S4 plays bottom and No Tail plays up at top.
Why is that?
Just because I think it's a lot more dangerous for S4 to be there. Whereas if you're No Tail, because you're a faceless Void, you feel a lot more comfortable making those aggressive moves over.
Do you think part of it is that S4 wants to be able to occasionally threaten that offlane tower?
I don't think so, because grabbing that tier 1 tower is going to be really hard at this point. It's only taken like 35 points of damage.
Yeah. Like
the likelihood of that tower falling to a single hero.
Centaur stun. A little bit overlap there with Ori's stun, so they're just going to have to throw down the Doom. I don't think 11 wanted that to happen. I think he hoped that they could just chain the stuns properly, that he wouldn't have to be able to blow that big cooldown, but still, in the end, they get a Void kill. He'll find the Helm of Dom creep as well. Yeah,
and their ability to just fold No Tail right now doesn't really deal damage. He's in this really awkward growing phase where his items, he wants to go for the Lincoln Sphere, but he really lacks the damage. Yeah. Doesn't really have any defensive abilities.
I mean, their team fight is so reliant on being able to get that Chronosphere to be able to create space for Gyro and Leshrac to set up. Like, which one do you value more? Do you value Void to be more of a self-sufficient core and have some damage of his own, or do you think making sure he always gets the Chronosphere and always gets the initiation for his team? Which is more important?
I think he just has to be an initiation pot in a game like this. Okay. His other cores need farm. Like a hero like Leshrac, the best part about this hero is that he's very efficient at farming. You just get the 1 level of the Pulse Nova. It's incredibly mana efficient to farm neutrals. Same with Gyrocopter. Like, these are flash farmers. These are heroes that are just going to soak up more space on the map. So No Tail, he can't really treat himself as a traditional core.
So you agree with his choice then of the Lincolns?
I mean, that's why he's going for the Helm of Dom, right? Yeah. He's playing that Sumail-esque role where he's using his creep to shove in. I don't know, we're going to meme me for that, but he's going to shove the lanes.
Hey, we haven't had too many casts together.
Yeah, I haven't casted in like 2 months. So, you know, I'm going to, that one was a fan service one.
BKB almost complete. Oh, no, it's not even close for old 11. He's actually only got 1 piece of the 3 parts of puzzle. But still, when he does get that BKB, that's going to be real nasty.
This is Queen of Pain. trying to get a BKB, like you said. Ags. You get the 12. You think you get the 12 CDR in a situation like this? Because normally you would get the attack speed. Because most of the time you get something like the Orchid, right?
Yeah.
And it pairs up quite nicely.
But here, because you've got this Aghanim build,
just going Ags BKB. I think this would be like one of the few situations I would be okay with the CDR.
I'm kind of okay with it. Just because, again, it'll help him keep up that farm.
It's like a 35-second ult. It's quick. That's like an AA Ice Blast.
It's almost once every creep wave. Extra 35 damage for the Dragonite. Pretty important. OG currently set up around this offlane tier 1 tower. They know how difficult it is to take. That's why they preemptively set up as a team around the area. See if they can intercede if any of the Vici Gaming's members try and defend. But that's not the case. Vici Gaming are just going for a push of their own on the other side of the map.
Yeah, they are going to grab this tier 1 tower. OG is not showing right now on the map, but it should be abundantly clear that S4 would not go for a full HP tier 1 tower by himself.
Look at that. The value of Helma Dominator right now. Opening up space with that Satyr creep to be able to allow the creeps to be able to push into that mid-tier 2, just free damage. They bring the creeps over to the top lane where they will be able to farm it. But Vici Gaming still pushing for that tier 2.
I think in this situation, OG will be happier about this trade.
Because they're behind in net worth, so it's better for them to be able to get any kind of gold.
It's not just that. It's like, if you want a team fight on the side of OG, you could just edict and you get so much more.
Yeah.
Whereas if you think about the way that Vici's fights will look like, if they win the team fight, they'll most likely have used the DK form at that point, right? And Doom and Queen of Pain with an Aghanim Scepter aren't necessarily the best at just hitting towers.
Yeah.
So you're going to get more value out of that, just because if you do end up winning a team fight, you're around that top tower, you can make plays around that.
So you know Vici Gaming doesn't really want to fight. Dragon forms down. Meanwhile, OG, they took tier 2s. They have nothing down. They can go for something like straight up Roshan. They're fight ready.
This is kind of the benefit of why that play makes a lot of sense to me. It's just because Vici can't really punish that play, whereas OG can.
Paparazzi think they totally understand that Roshan is going in right now. Says, we can't really fight. We don't have that dragon form ready to go. I just take a double damage, get some damage onto that tier 3.
I like that idea to go for the Roshan. I think that's a really smart play. Like OG, since the laning phase at least, have made good, clear decisions for me anyways. Like everything that they've done for the most part makes sense.
5k gold lead still there for Vici Gaming, but OG does have that Aegis and the opportunity to utilize it. Plus,
I mean, they have the best team fight spell in the game.
They have the best team fight spell, so surely that also means they have better late game?
It's awkward, because the 3 cores on the side of Vici are still very farmed.
Yeah.
It'll come down to what kind of chronos you get. Like, a disproportionate amount of this game is going to go on to No-Tail, because your forward position is a Night Stalker, right? It's like, he's going to give you vision in the fights, and he's going to be annoying to the support, sure, but he's not in the same vein as a Tusk or a Sand King, right? Where you have this massive teamfight ult.
Ori, he does have a BKB, but he's not really feeling threatened enough to pop it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, hookshot, that's gonna whip onto Seth, managed to dodge that one, throws out the ultimate, see if he can chase down Hold 11, S4, they barely managed to finish him off. There goes that Aegis, but at the same time, Doom was used, they picked up 2 kills, make it a 3rd, Lanham is not making out of here alive. That's gonna be 14-14 in the OG's favor.
They're gonna grab this bottom tier 2 as well. So think about this, is whenever they win a team fight, they can transition pushes very easily.
Yeah.
There's the same thing does not really exist from Vici. Like, Vici's best move right now is for Paparazzi to just sort of split the map. But look at this move from OG. They're going to show one hero at bottom. Vici will assume that everyone is still down there, and they're going to look for the kill with the chrono. This is playing to win right now.
And Paparazzi is a great target, but at the same time, he does have a
the scan pings. He should know. He pops the haste immediately. He wants to get out of here now. The chrono, he catches him.
They barely caught him, but they don't have any follow-up. Plus, he has that haste rune, so the slows are just not going to matter here. Blinks away, runs out. He's fine. Chronosphere down.
They didn't know about the haste.
It was such a smart play from OG, but it just ends up turning into ash in their hands.
Fenrir now going to find Jerex. Gets the banish off. Hero swarming in from the side of Vici, but...
Thought about it. TP goes out.
Jerex
Oh my god, he actually got that. Jump forward, 11-5 finds a different kill. That'll be on Fly.
I think the concept of the idea, though, is brilliant.
Yes.
It's like you show S4. It was a very similar situation to what they showed at top. It's like you keep showing people the same things, but once in a while you just vary things up, right?
Yep.
So last time they showed S4 by himself pushing that tower, Vici assumes everybody's behind him. They were correct in this assumption. They do the exact same thing at bottom where they win a team fight. Vici assumes, okay, they're just going to grab that tower and we'll be okay with that. They go for the extra play, trying to get paparazzi.
Or he makes a jump forward. The hook shot to follow it up. Doesn't land on Night Stalker, but Seven's in a good position to be able to get a really good ultimate out. The BKB Popeye Ori's going to ignore all of that. Disruption goes down, trying to save a little bit of time. Ends up falling. Now they're just trying to chase Ori as best as possible. With his BKB's out. Now down. The magic damage can easily do its work. Underneath the tower, looks like the Clockwork's going to die. Ori's definitely dead. The Quap gets off a really good ultimate, though, to be able to finish off S4, keeping his other two allies alive. Lana and 11 barely survived through that.
Very nicely done. Vici, I mean, from both teams, really. Vici understanding the fight. They know there's no chrono up. They wanted to try to take advantage of that. Their team just got split a little bit, and Seb's positioning in that team fight was glorious. Not going to get a lot better than that, but at best right now, that was a 2-for-2 trade. He did, by the way, get the cooldown reduction talent.
Okay. You think he also gets the AoE strike? Shadow Strike? I've seen a lot of Quaps been doing that. Oh, Fly. He gets off enough time to be able to throw down a Maldic, which kind of forces paparazzi into popping that BKB, so at least his life is worth something. And that something is 1 BKB charge.
But look at the cooldown. Because of the arcane rune that was popped, his ult's already back up.
S4 pumps it, gets it. Split Earth straight up onto Vistacat. He's already dead, but a Chronosphere is already out. They manage to go, oh no, old 11, he jumps into it. Tries to go for the Centaur Sun, misses because BKB is already out. 11 just has a full out retreat, turns around, gets a little bit more Infernal Blade damage. Onto No-Tail. No-Tail dangerously low, finally managed to jump away. The Dragon Tail finally faded, and he was able to heal all of that damage. Vici Gaming still looking to kind of fight here despite being all half HP, but OG have already backed out. They use their Chronosphere. They don't want to continue to engage.
Yeah, Paparazzi is getting a lot of value on that arcane rune. He almost had a third ult up in that engagement. The arcane rune doing work, 35-second ulti. He's doing a lot of damage, but OG, they're close this gap right now, only 2K. We talked about it, they're making the right reads on the game. And No-Tail finds a very nice Chronosphere.
No, there's so much pressure on No-Tail.
He has to overperform in this game.
Think about the checklist. Not get doomed.
Not get doomed.
Just to start, just don't get doomed. All right?
Minimum of a core and find the SD. And otherwise, the SD is just going to disrupt.
It would be great if you got off the Chronosphere before they pop BKB.
Yes.
You know, if you could also get that, be super helpful for your Gyrocopter.
JerAx.
Your S4 JerAx. Hookshot misses, but the Sonic Wave does not.
His job has to be, it's an unreal amount of pressure, but it's a major. You got to perform when it matters. Best of one, this is the best time to do so.
It is a best one against the Katowice finalists here.
Oh, the stun. I agree with this choice. Kill that thing. That's 200 gold in your pocket, cash money.
Oh, but you were clowning on the Devour earlier?
What?
200 gold, cash money.
No, it's different. You can't use that.
Okay. It's even more because Devour is gold. It's extra gold, Will.
You're still eating a centaur.
Did you see that attempted centaur stompy?
Yeah, it was sick.
Hit 2 BKBs, Will. 2.
If they didn't have BKBs in this theoretical world,
if Dota didn't have a magic immunity to them.
It's like, what's the Facebook equivalent of like us clipping it? What is that? Somebody live that.
Share it with your Facebook friends.
What is it? It's like, what if they were just like, you know, instead of just like emotional frog. All right, they're gonna jump onto this Clockwork.
Clockwork is dead. 11's just chilling out here, but he killed a little bit too long.
Oh,
No-Tail found him. Now he's stuck inside the Chronosphere. He pops his BKB, but surely that's a fuel effort. They have the Helmet's Arm Creep to be able to lock him down with the ensnare. And come on, we're gonna get this right. We're gonna get this. Yeah, they got it.
Oh, and look at this. Now you're in a position where maybe you can force out some buybacks.
And
this is the best part about playing less track, is that you somehow are given an ability to also hit towers on top of the incredible amount of magic damage you do in fights.
He has quite the unique skill set. And that skill set is all of the things.
All of it. You just do everything.
You're
good at everything.
Yep. So tier 3 going to be threatened. There is now a buyback on the Doom, but something tells, okay, they are going to go for it. Straight up, Dragon Tail, TP in, see if they can finish off S4. He gets off the BKB. Old 11 trying to chase things down. He doesn't want a JerAx kill. That's just a Night Stalker. He fought back for more, but he's not going to find it. The Doom onto S4, slowly taking him down. I wonder, can they actually chase him all the way out here? He managed to find the angles. Player spotting some of these heroes. He also caught Sebastian. Paparazzi on his tail. Sebastian pops BKB. TP's out. S4 spotted for a moment. Not be fast enough. Everyone's out from OG. The buyback is a failure. All they got was a Night Stalker kill.
And JerAx, you saw that moment like Titanic when Jack gives up the plank of wood. There was enough space on that thing, but he said, no worries. I'll die for this one.
What a hero JerAx is.
Dude, he honestly knew his job right there. He just ran in, he's like, I'm dying for this. Everyone get out.
He didn't have to, but he wanted to.
This was my sacrifice to you.
Level 20 pickup, big increase in Pulse Nova damage.
That's like the extra layer of being a support player. It's like, you just gotta know this is expected of you.
And JerAx is doing that wonderfully. This entire game, he has been
died a lot.
Straightforward, always running at the enemy, either scouting them out in this situation where they're going to be able to get a kill onto Ori, popped his BKB, but he's not going to be able to make it out. 11 trying to bail out his buddy, but now he may be in trouble too, as No-Tell, sure enough, is going to go for the Chronosphere every single time.
And he doesn't have buyback.
Why not on a Doom? It's so worth it. A dieback as well. 60 seconds on the clock. Lanham, he's also spotted. He's going to have to go for some sort of cogs play. Split Earth, not going to land. Good pushbacks onto JerAx.
He's going to get chased out.
Leading them away from the base, anything to keep his tier 3s alive.
I actually don't know if this is worth it for OG.
This is not worth it for OG.
Lanham's still alive.
Look at this guy. He is rolling out. He's got a Crimson Guard still, and they might just be able to find Paparazzi, though. That would certainly be worth it. Lanham's dead. Over to Paparazzi. He's already blinked himself away, though.
If they could get an Aegis out of this, I'd be incredibly satisfied if I were OG. But you probably could have transitioned that into a tier 2 tower push and maybe even at least assaulted the tier 3.
Fly. Go back in. Go back in.
There was a lot. That was an ultra space creating death. And now they're going to go back for it, think to themselves, okay, this was what we needed to do in the first place. But now all the heroes are starting to respawn on the side of Vici. So this tier 2 tower is going to be the best that you get. And maybe you transition this into a Roche. That's the best case scenario right now.
OG, it really seems like they're putting a priority on making sure they're always moving, right? They're not just like going for these pushes and slowly backing out. They're always they're always like making these TP maneuvers to try and catch the split pushing hero. Paparazzi's had to play a pretty careful game in that regard, as JerAx is always trying to find him out.
Yeah, this is the best thing that JerAx is doing so far, is he just runs in and gives his team all the vision in the world. He's like, I don't care if I die at this point.
Yeah,
I'm tanky enough.
And again, he's going to do it. He's sitting on the low ground, knowing that he could possibly get away, or he's going to go for it. Goes for the Dragon Tail stun, but that was the right now. Truly, S4 was better. S4 sitting on the front lines with a BKB. He's threatening everyone back while Ori is deep in deep plan. He's trying to fight this out with the rest of the entirety of OG. He's certainly dead, and so is Lanham. Old 11 tries to come in, goes for S4, immediately Yule sceptered up, managed to get the BKB. A 3-man Centaur stun. Don't think it's going to do anything, Old 11. You are still dead. Vici Gaming lose 3 just outside of the Roshan pit. Aegis and Cheese for OG.
That was one of the worst fights that they could have taken. They're going up that little cliff. I think Lanham even blocked them out a little bit. It was so awkward. Seb with the call downs places it very neatly. They isolate the fight almost completely. Ori had no chance of getting back up in that engagement.
I mean, he blinked forward and Dragon Tailed the Night Stalker too.
This is JerAx's. This is the second level of what he's doing right now. He's representing this giant target. His team is responding to his movement too. You notice that they're not just letting him hang out to die. They're always in that area, making sure we're gonna at least trade you out. Don't worry about it. We'll be there for you, my friend.
Octarine Core means 26.5-second cooldown on Sonic Wave.
But what does it matter if you can't take the team fight successfully?
Yeah, you can kill those creeps. Good job, but OG, you're still taking your tier 3. Gonna go for the melee racks. Lanham pops forward. doesn't get the Cox pushback, instead sucks Seb in even deeper, where Old 11 will be able to finish him off. That's just the Aegis.
Got the Aegis.
He still has the BKB on his second life as well, or he managed to drag tail, but a Chronosphere on a 2. S4 is not going to be able to follow that up, though, or he's already pushed the rest of them back. No-Tail doesn't have any damage by himself, so he's forced to try and run himself away, but Old 11 is going to be able to track him down with
Solar
Blink
pressing
Dagger.
up 1 second.
Get one more jump, but that Infernal Blade not quite enough. Anu comes out, Paparazzi has another Sonic Wave, because again, 26-second cooldown. OG, though, they gladly trade No-Tail's life. They may have gotten the Chronosphere, but no damage followed up. All that damage, it was laid into a melee Rax.
Yeah. When you can't deal with the waves, this is what happens. Vici, yes, you have Paparazzi, but he doesn't even feel that comfortable moving around the map. He feels like he has to be with his team at all times. That means when they do get core kills like this, it just doesn't feel as impactful as when OG gets core kills. When OG gets core kills, they almost always transition it into a push. Somebody is always dealing with the waves. The only time they were somewhat unsuccessful with that was when Lon M created all the space in the world by running them haggard around the circle.
Whoa, Seb, he does not have BKB here, not for another 12 seconds.
Oh, he's
completely out of position.
And Vici need to make something happen with this. As 11 commits the Doom for that. And Ori, this time around, you've got Dragon Form. Didn't need to commit it for that kill. Maybe they start heading towards that mid lane. They pop the Shrine, Fenrir. Gonna heal up a little bit. And I think you want to try to at least force the buyback if possible. This is not a hard commit. This is a very soft commit. You walk up the hill. You see if this Gyrocopter is going to go for the buyback. But the scary thing about this is that No-Tail, he's got the chrono up in 20 seconds. Vici,
so the plan for OG, they're going to hold on to that buyback until the Chronosphere is up.
Yeah, you see what happens. Vici is in a really weird position because, and yeah, you want to at least do something because you finally won a team fight. Or at least you found a kill.
But you don't want to end up into a game-losing team fight where you get caught by Chronosphere, no buybacks.
This is a really easy way for you to just straight up lose the game as well.
The double siege wagons are dead. It's entirely up to Ori to put the damage on that tier 3. Rocket Flare scouting out some of these heroes. They finally make their initiation. Commitment made. No buyback for the Gyrocopter. They held it.
Vici just kind of poking, seeing what they could get. And OG were incredibly disciplined. As were Vici, though. But now with Dragon Form down and Seb respawning, I'd imagine they want to go for an engagement of their own. They've almost got this Aghanim Scepter onto No-Tail. This is just going to give them more rolls of the dice in regards to his ultimate.
JerAx again just poking his head out. Finally, the Aghanim Scepter is done for No-Tail. You said he had to play the just pure initiation role, and he's doing that. Helmet Lincoln's into an Aghanim Scepter, so you know he can have that lower cooldown on the Chronosphere.
And to his credit, hasn't been doomed.
Nope.
Has gotten very decent chronos off.
And they're spotting a lot on him right now. JerAx has just stayed outside of vision thanks to his nighttime advantage. Just barely ahead of him. They can throw down the Chronosphere whenever they want now for these kind of pickoffs. It is well worth it. The Chronosphere cooldown is going to be almost the same as the Clockwork's death timer.
Question is, what else do you commit right now? As OG still seem reticent to go for these full-on assaults, go for the high ground attempts.
I mean, OG could probably just chill out and wait for the next Roshan, right?
Yeah, I'd imagine that's your next play, because that's just going to be your counter to the one big team fight ult that they have in the Doom.
Yeah.
So you just grab an Aegis, put it on the most important core, which I'd imagine is a Gyrocopter at this point, and let him go to town.
You can still take some outer objectives. The shrines are available to you just to increase that gold lead even further. Now up to 8K for OG. They are just one good team fight away from being able to claim victory against Vici Gaming in this best of one.
Radiant are scanning.
Halberd into a Mjolnir for the Dragonite. Trying to get some damage out, but honestly, it's hard to see how this Dragonite and Queen of Pain, especially with this Queen of Pain, these Aghanims builds, not being able to transition into that sort of clicking build we see a lot of core Lenas trying to.
She's kind of annoying, but it doesn't really feel like OG cares that much.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, well, you ulted us. There goes that.
You killed the creep wave, but we're already inside your base.
And you've almost got the level 25 on 2 on the Slash. Hookshot comes in.
Push
Paparazzi.
the cogs. They manage to get a Shadow Strike. See if they just trying to like force out a BKB or something, not making the full commitment.
They're trying to see what OG's reaction would be. OG just gonna back up for a second.
2 minutes until Roshan is back up. OG do not want to get caught with their pants down, do not want to go for a high ground push right now and end up losing that fight and give up control of the Roshan pit.
Right now, I need Paparazzi to put more pressure on the lanes. He needs to sort of mirror S4, because S4 is being so aggressive.
You think he's just got to kind of accept the fact that he might get picked off?
Yeah, and I think part of it too is that he's anticipating team fights that aren't necessarily coming. This is also the downside, I think, of Vici, is that they always think that a fight is ready.
Yeah.
So they're almost always just grouped up together thinking like, okay, this is going to be the one. But it almost always just ends up being JerX sort of like, I'm walking around. It's like, we'll see what happens.
I think that was a big criticism of Vici Gaming at DAC, was the fact that they weren't really, they were so conservative in their approaches, right?
I mean, when it works, it looks really smart. But in games like this, it's OG that are almost always taking the risks.
Yeah.
Right now, they're smoked up right in front of the base. They're waiting for somebody to try to defend this. Paparazzi uses his ult at bottom.
And they managed to get the Chronosphere. S4 charges over the top. See if he can land a splitter. Hookshot is going to be able to interrupt that one, but it's not going to be good enough. BKB pop, Paparazzi still goes down, and now there's going to be a cooldown even if he buys back. A Dragon Tail stun onto Nailtail, good for a staff away. Lanham feel a lot hurt though. The Crimson Guard is going to be able to protect us. Buyback coming out from Paparazzi does not result in an immediate fight. OG are able to disengage here. Another buyback used by Vici Gaming and another failure to be able to get anything out of it.
They commit the chrono, but the Aghanim Scepter decision means just run it back in 20 seconds again, and if you find that Queen of Pain, kill her, end this game. The Dragon Form was committed too. I mean, OG have a lot of, they just constantly have options to play with. The way that their lineup works, whereas Vici, whenever you commit one of those major ults, there goes the fight. You can't really push off of that. Feels very awkward fighting into this void.
That's why it's so important for Vici Gaming to be able to get control of the Roshan pit. But OG, they're going to abuse that. Look at this Edict Talon. It is destroying that melee racks. Plus 50 with the explosions. Ori tries to make his initiation. Now the Dragon Form is down. Is this really the fight you want to be able to take? What a beautiful cogs. About to come back, and they manage to get the Doom onto the Void. That is so huge. Ori just choking up the damage right now of Seb while they finish up that Faceless Void. Dragon go down, but it's all up to Paparazzi to deal off the damage. Another Split Earth coming out, 11, trying to put damage onto S4 as quick as possible. Seb is not being allowed to heal whatsoever thanks to that Spirit Vessel. Ori with the buyback, they tried to go back in with the Doom. They had to get the Centaur stun onto Seb. He will end up falling. S4 is still going to try and man up here with the Infernal Blade. Another one onto S4, but slowly working down the Doom. Finally, he gets bursted. Yule Scepter buys him a little bit of time, and he will get the Bloodstone deny.
And this is sort of the problem right now for Vici, is that when you hard commit for the Doom onto the Gyro, or onto the Faceless Void, the other two cores succeed. Consistently, they still deal a lot of damage, but not the worst fight in the world. They had to commit some buybacks. Both Ori and Lanham. We talked about how Paparazzi doesn't have his anymore either. So all three, or two of the cores at least, don't have buyback.
And this team, Vici Gaming, can't just funnel into the Roshan pit, even if it was up, so there's no threat.
There's no real right-clickers on their team.
Yeah.
We talked about Paparazzi's build. You don't have this Orchid. You don't right-click for very much. No Maelstrom or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're just really annoying to creep waves. You're like the bane of creep waves.
He's trying to finish up Shiva's. Again, trying to utilize that cooldown reduction and all the magic damage he has, but it's not looking good. At 45 minutes into the game, we have well entered into that late game territory.
They finally found a very good fight though. Getting the Doom onto No-Tail is very crucial.
I mean, it required Lanham to hit some sort of crazy ass two-man hook shot, three-man cogs pushback.
And that's what wins games.
All right, well.
Got to overperform at this point. No-Tail has so far done so.
Yeah,
now it's up to Vici. They want to even up this game, 17K behind.
Finally, just a Maelstrom there for the Dragon Knight. Again, trying to pick up that damage that just is lacking from Vici Gaming side right now. Full Mjolnir, actually. If there's any time to buy out, it is definitely right now. A scan out from OG. They have some ideas about what's happening.
He's invised up. His creep is finding them.
He's gonna be able to get it. The blink forward from Ori and the BKB activated by the Doom. This is looking like a bag fight. This big fight comes out. Witch Doctor's already dead. The S4 down to half HP already. Physical damage coming out.
Middle line, everything right now.
He's having such a hard time dealing with the magic damage. He's gonna lose this duel out to S4. S4 walks himself away from that one. Paparazzi. He knows he has to go back in. He knows he has to finish up that deadly dancing pony, and they will be able to get it. 11. Disruption, buying him a little bit of time. He has to get the Doom onto No-Tail. He won't survive though. Finally, it comes out. But Seb, he's here with the stun on the Queen. The stun on the Paparazzi. He's dead. 120 seconds on the clock. Lanup's not going to be able to TP out either. It looks like the missile will finish him off. They only have a buyback on 11, and OG, they have everyone. They could just swarm the base right now. They know they have accomplished it. They should be able to take down VG Gaming here in this best of one.
Very nice positioning from the side of OG Seb.
A last-ditch effort here from VG Gaming. They're going to try and go for the Gyrocopter kill. 11, putting some damage on him bit by bit, but Jarek's already managed to kill the Shadow Demon. He does have a buyback, though.
They're going to go for it, but the Chrono...
A straight-up Chronosphere onto 11.
They knew Doom...
He does have the BKB. See if he can pop it, be able to get back to base, but it's... The physical damage is far too much from OG.
GG, well played.
OG.
This was...
They look great.
Yeah, this was as complete a performance as I've seen from them in quite the best of one, but that was very promising. Their 3 cores were phenomenal in that game. I was about to say, well, Seb was... His positioning, that's an MVP-like play with the Gyrocopter, but at the same time, No-Tail with the Chronospheres, his item choice.
Yep.
But at the same time, S4...
S4 was just a boss.
It's like all
just dealing tons of damage with that Leshrac.
Everybody stepped up when it mattered on the side of OG. We talked about how No-Tail had to overperform in this game. Absolutely did.
And it just seems like OG's just picking up the steam, right?
Yeah.
They're bit by bit learning every single tournament they go to, even if they're not placing those top 4 finishes that I'm sure they would love to be able to have. They're still getting some decent results in these group stages. They're
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Double kill.
He'll find himself stuck between a Void and a DP place.
Even though the ulti did not connect from a Void, they still got a kill, so it's really worth it for them. DK is one of the heroes that's really vulnerable to the Tusk and the DP. You can think of, yes, he has a lot of armor, but that's just the extra 6 armor at this point, and he gets most of the damage out from the Spirit Siphon anyway.
Not quite from Ninja Boogie. Tries to go for the sneaky disrupt into TP, but Afu is there, ready and waiting. Mana Void onto Yao, not going to be enough to secure that kill. Mushi has to fall away. I'm a big fan of Monet now. I think Monet's my favorite player. He's realized the optimal chat wheel sound is the ow noise. Ow. It's so bad, it's good. Like, it's the worst ow I've ever heard. Ow! Amazing. Jab's getting a bit of levels up at top. Bit of FaceTime with the creeps there as he closes in on that hook shot level 6. Ice. Sat behind the DK at this point. He's popped his ulti and he's trying to pressure tier 1. But LFY have done a great job moving these heroes around, the Tusk and the Warlock, but it comes at a price. They are still both level 4.
Yeah, no one buying the tome because it's not 10 minutes yet. You can't buy the tome before 10 minutes. There you go. So you learned something. Panda is level 6, so he uses a split. He can just deal damage to anti-mage, and that's pretty much it. You don't want to use split that defensively early on. Oh, maybe I'm focused soon.
They go in for Ninja Boogie, dispel the illusions, and Shadow Demon with a rotation of a DP, dearie me, all the way forward, find the SD, but she has to come back and defend her tower. Moon has chipped away at it significantly down into deny range, in fact. But Super will come back and defend it nicely as Ice gets away from the Tusk's nastiness.
Oh man, that missed chance. We didn't mention that the Brewmaster is one of the better anti-illusion heroes. So you have a Shadow Demon, anti-mage who builds into a Manta style, so he can just dispel it during the mid or in the late game as well. Warlock bought the Dome, so it means he wants to get the level 6. Tusk is level 5, which means he's gonna get these levels anyway. This is the rotation again. DP has ulti.
Tower's already dead though. Moon's done his job, and well, quick banish back. We'll hold Alpha in place for a little while.
Always flying.
To run back, but Yao doesn't have enough mana. Even if he hits level 6 here, he doesn't have the mana for the ulti. And Inflame with his ulti down does get caught. Looks like Shadow Brewmaster. Shadow Leah, the Pango Shadow, the Ice gets involved, helps out Mushi's anti-mage. For some reason I thought Ninja Boogie was nearby, but he's in fact sitting mid with the hook shot forward, jabs, trap Super inside, so even with the miss of the hook, they grabbed the target they wanted. Yao is here to heal and save the day though. Super capped up and running. Moon turns to fight, faces the Tusk, and Afu, trapped inside the bubble, try and chase down the Clockwork, but I think Jabs might just be out of here. Shards are up in 3. Observer Ward placed down, but they think he's gone south or east or elsewhere, but Jabs is holding the high ground with a TP scroll ready to go. Again, rotations forced by Maneski. LFY spending a lot of money moving around this map, and you've got to say the space creation that Maneski are accomplishing here. It's crazy how well this anti-mage is being allowed to survive in lane, even with the heroes LFY have to deal with.
They are driving a lot of attention from anti-mage. They want to make something happen. There's no tier 1 tower, so Faceless Void could not TP there and use the Chrono, which would be perfect. Now they're trying to make a move on Mango, but that's a hard kill to get unless he gets the Chrono.
He fake pumped it. He started the animation, but it was the same, kind of the same frame as Ice started the swashbuckle back, so it was a good cancel there. Monet realizing what was happening, but right now Ice wants in. Rolling Thunder, trying to get into battle.
Again, he's just buying time. Delaying the push, anti-mage pressuring the bottom lane, not farming too much when there's a Panda nearby. LFY needs to play around the Panda's blink timing. Okay, he TP'd bottom. Faceless Void wants to get a kill. If he gets next to the wave, he's gonna die. Oh, nice move. He knows something is up.
Yeah, Jabs moved up. They've got Observer was down. They don't see the Void. They've rocket flared, and they have vision of them. They pretty much knew that the Void had either moved back to farm jungle or he TP'd bottom lane. Absolutely great movement there by Mushi back to the jungle to farm his own camps. But Maneski have also set themselves up for a few heroes up towards this top lane. A quick D-ward there from Ice. Try and give them that nice little safety of fog of war. But LFY bring the numbers again. There's 4 heroes up here defending their tier 1. As bottom being shoved by Monet will grab them.
Yeah, that's
tier 1.
That ward was about to expire, so it does not mean too much. This one is the new ward from LFY.
Well, they're starting a fight.
Panda is so vulnerable to a hero like a Clog because he can't get the split off if he's the only hero caught in the cogs and battery assault running.
That right there is a classic Ice. He knows that LFY are moving back. LFY don't know he's coming, but he just plays this little area here to show them a taunt, just to throw them off guard a little bit. Do I have 3 heroes behind me? Well, you'll never know until you run at me. It's always that difficult choice. Do we take the Ice bait? He is such a king, getting in and out sticky situations. Mono's Void does fall back from bottom lane, but only for a short while. For that bottom rune, bringing Super into the fight as well. But Mushi, we've talked about space creation and the way that Mushi's been moving.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Tis mine. I'll take that.
Radiant's top tower has been denied. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Haste!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
shield. My gratitude.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No, it's personal. Money.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
My vigor was never in question.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
That's you broke my phone.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. structures are fortified.
A little something extra for the effort.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower has been denied. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Mega kill!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Thank you, my beauties.
Tis mine.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Ready for a
Dire's
comeback.
structures are fortified.
Rival split.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom shrine is under attack. Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
Double damage.
Monster kill!
Consider thyself.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Boom! There it goes!
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks is falling. Dire's middle barracks is falling. Dire's middle barracks is under.
Time stops.
Dire's bottom barracks is falling.
Double kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Thou seest me not. Regeneration.
Radiant are scanning.
Optic. Yeah. And if we take a look at the other lanes, how everything's going.
A little bit of pressure on Pycat top.
DK is doing pretty well mid.
5. Should be fine. But yeah, as you say, 13 for 2. In the middle, he gets the 8 for 0. And Edge that...
Seems like a full creep wave ahead when it comes to farm.
He's doing it well with the pre-fire rush. Top lane again. I mean, Pycat's low and Faith and KP are really trying to harass him. But Zai is there consistently sort of with the stuns. It's just the split up to make sure that they can't dive too far. But yeah, of course, the panel touched upon this, sort of saw it coming in the draft, the KP Naga Siren. We've seen great things from this in the past. Do you sort of like this game? I guess where you sort of got the Naga Siren into the setup of the Jakiro, but that focus bottom lane, Mugi. They're just diving him. They hit the level 3, straight in under the tower, 33 in PPD, getting aggressive, and they'll get themselves the kill. Diving in. And sort of as you touched upon earlier, not a lot that Kaka can do to stop this as this level 2 Nyx assassin.
What's Kaka supposed to do in this lane? You just kind of stand there, watch your DP get gone on, Death Prophet. Much more successful in the mid lane just because of the sheer amount of levels that you get. The trade-off, of course, though, is that this top lane is going pretty well for this Naga.
Yeah.
She's second in CS right now.
KP Naga Siren. But yeah, so do you think they've got sort of enough? You like the lineup they have with the Naga, having sort of Naga Jakiro? Is that sort of the big setup that's really like sort of good enough to sort of play off in the team fights?
I think I still prefer Optic's lineup just because this feels like a very good Luna game. There's no TB on the other side or anything that really inherently threatens her. Like once she gets a BKB, it feels like she's going to be just fine in this game. The other heroes on the side of newbie, like this Ember Spirit, can't really stand in front. Doesn't have like the best armor stats. Pretty item dependent in a game like this. Like I could see this game being very quick where Optic just getting off the heels of this bottom lane. I'd imagine 33 just hits level 6 and just wins the other lanes. then what are you supposed to do if you're newbie? It's up at top, Ned flies in, PyCat getting low.
This is a very good attempt on PyCat's life here. He's got some one charges, but it will
Fairy
not
Fire.
surely be an... Oh!
Barely gets out.
Man, okay, and now with the turn, PyCat may have just set up for Zai to finish off the kill. The same time down bottom, though. They'll lose Kaka. They get one optic. They're still looking for Faith. Can Zai quite find this? Looks like Faith with the Jukes may just be able to keep himself out of range. Zai can't quite get the vision there for that right click that he needs.
He's got no boots, and Faith does have boots.
He tries for the blind stun. He tries for it, but just off the mark. Faith goes for the straight. The sort of the more obvious one, but the less of. You know, you expect him to go upwards because you don't expect sort of the double bluff.
That's the thing about being a professional Dota player. Sometimes you overthink things. Maybe they went for the double fake bag, and he's hiding in these trees. And I think it's worth the attempt.
I mean, either way, sort of pushed out the lane. Optic at the moment, getting the 3 kills on the board. Mid lane matchup, still continuing to be very close. CCNC with a, well, very minimal. It's basically even here. 30 for 3 against the 29 for 4.
This is bottom lane, though. That isn't quite rough right now. The Death Prophet is starting to pick up some farm, but it still feels like there's quite a lot of pressure. This mid lane. Both mid laners now getting the farm that they want. Is that bottom? Cogs. Time
top. Look at this, KP. One more touch from Zai with the lightning will do it again. Optic able to sort of alleviate some of the pressure put onto PyCat's Luna, get the space that he needs to catch up, because he's still a little bit behind in the CS, but Zai is doing a great job on the Lesh in terms of just getting some action that favors Optic on that top, despite PyCat really being focused down in terms of the pressure that the newbie are applying in the lanes.
And this level 6 Dragon Knight gonna get gone on here.
Ooh, triple remnants and the rotations. Is it enough with the chains? It is. They will manage to take down CCNC with pretty much the first movement from this game that we've seen from either side. Kaka and Faith coming in towards the mid. Once SCCC hits the 6, knowing that there will be just enough burst to take the DK out of the lane and allow SCCC to sort of go for more by this week. He's going to head towards the shrine. He will just go back to mid, not looking to help out with the rotation down bottom as of now, with the majority of the remnants still unavailable.
I like that rotation a lot, though. I think that the Dragon Knight was just passively hitting the tower, starting to get a little bit low.
And look at that.
Bottom lane.
They come straight back up to the 2 supports. They're making things happen here.
Yeah.
For newbie.
I think the Nyx alone doesn't really do anything.
No, but yeah, between the 2, I got a lot of sort of chase, a lot of stuff focused, and it seems at the moment, really, in Dota, with the standard just being these dual lanes, the first rotations are very important because you don't get nearly as much movement early on as, you know, when we didn't sort of have this 2-1-2 laning situation. But now it's so big if you can make that first support movement work, and newbie aced it now.
Man, Owen, just on top of your Dota.
Nah, you just have that one.
I know, I wouldn't just say that to you. When have I ever complimented you
all the
on your Dota?
You're a nice guy.
Your Dota knowledge? It was just like, I casted like 12 times with you. This is the first time I was like, man, Owen.
Oh, there you go, there's that level 6. Straight in he goes underneath the tower, though. There are 3 heroes
the heal. A lot of heal.
He's gonna live. He's gonna live. 33, overstep the mark. PPD really wants this. He'll go in with the glimpse to follow, but he gets it. There we go. He says it's hashtag worth. He says it's worth. Is it worth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you're able to slow down the Death Prophet's game.
That's a lot of XP for PPD. He's almost level 5 already.
Okay. I certainly got him. 5 for 4. Moment 8 minutes in. Still very close overall, but getting back to sort of these more stable lanes, we'll see who's to make the next move. I mean, the top lane is definitely that scary. If you're newbie, you've got to consistently watch out for PyCat. You don't want to give him the space, because if you give PyCat the space, he'll certainly pick up the pace on the Luna. One of those heroes that you forget about for a few minutes, and suddenly she's walking out of the jungle with a BKB.
Kyle said it best, I think. He thought that PyCat was the most important piece to a team like Optic, where if you give him that free game, he will just go insane. And if you give him the best hero in the game as well, I think in this game, I feel like Luna is the best hero when it comes like to the ultra late game. Once she gets 6 slotted, she's going to be quite strong. At the top,
the lockdown on Zai. That'll be 1. SCCC again getting mobile as he picks up these runes. And the arcane there to make the rotation even easier.
And SCCC is going to get mirrored right now by CCNC. So the Dragon Knight makes his way down to bottom. Wants to try to pick up a kill and get that tower at the same time. The tower already at 500 health. Here comes the hook shot.
Very nicely done there from 33. Gets him right past the tower on top of KAKA. And that certainly will be the setup and the kill required to open up Optic the availability of taking this tier 1, finishing it off, as they had already managed to get it quite low with the pressure that they've been putting on that bottom lane. So yeah, that's a good timing on the tier 1 tower against a lineup with the Death Prophet that you could argue would have wanted to sort of get the ball rolling a little bit quicker than they have done so far with Mugi's DP safe lane.
Just a complete mirror as both teams' 4 positions go down and the tier 1s are going to fall. It's going to take a little bit longer for Newbie to take this because they don't have a hero like Dragon Knight that naturally hits this, but it is going to fall nonetheless. PPD dragging stack over, trying to get his level 6. That's going to be pretty important. Going to be able to kill this Ember Spirit.
Yeah, we're getting 6s on pretty much all the supports now.
Bounty runes.
Who's getting them?
Did Newbie get all 4?
I believe they just did. They did. Oh no, Optic got one. CCC got one.
Okay.
Oh, they got 3 of them. 3 of them on Newbie.
Oh, it was a haste rune that movie. So they got 3 out of 4. That's so much gold.
It can make the difference. It really can. Got to watch out for those rune spawns. And understandably so, we are seeing more and more just focus on them with the recent changes. Bottom, Newbie coming in with a smoke play. Faith and SCCC heading down here. They've got their eyes on 33s here with Pycat. Pycat does have the ultimate available. They're going to try and open up onto it straight away, but Pycat, he's out of there. He said, this is a fight we're not taking. And
not isolated.
He's thinking about coming back in. I mean, now that he sees that 33's actually been able to survive, and 33's actually been able to get back in with a hook shot, Pycat's able to walk back in and gets the Lucent Beam off. They take out KAKA, so the smoke play from Newbie. Even though it was just against the 2 of them, they couldn't quite do it there.
That's kind of a dick move though, right? By Pycat?
He's like,
only comes back. He's like, well, this actually might work out. You gotta commit for your friends. That's true loyalty.
Mid lane CCNC continuing to find the farm. Now look at, oh, he has got it, Will. I'm looking forward to this to see if he can do it. Well, he will do it.
Do what? Sorry.
Yeah, the Meteor Hammer still with the Naga Siren.
Yeah.
You know how if you have the Aquila, you can still do it frame perfect, so you can't BKB on the counter.
Really? With the Aquila?
If you shift it, I believe 3 times with the toggle on and off, as you take it off, you can still time it. Tick perfect. They do. Now you got him. So I'm interested to see if I'm sure he's absolutely got it. He knows what he's doing. We'll definitely see that come into play once he has it, and he is of course working towards that. I'm just going to be a bit of time before he has it finished.
Sounds like some National Treasure stuff.
National Treasure.
If you just flick it on 3 times when the moon hits just right.
That's how it is. But you I don't know. You don't mess it up. You can't mess it up. KP won't mess it up.
Would you mess it up?
I would. I don't play Naga Siren.
But you made it sound so easy.
Oh, it is. For KP. KP, he's a professional now.
I like how you keep prefacing it. It's very easy. Can't you just edit it that? It's very easy.
A lot of things are easy, but when you're in sort of the heat of the moment in these high-level games, Newbie versus Optic, anything can happen.
Okay.
You can be slightly off the mark. You know, the tension can get to you. We'll see what KP can do.
Newbie, 3 heroes here.
I see.
They're gonna smoke up. KAKA invised up. Gonna scout first.
Let's see what they're coming towards the middle. There are 3 heroes of Optic here. And PPD actually in prime position to sort of respond. They are going to look towards Pycat. They really want to make it go. PPD's going to see the rest behind. That's going to stop the heroes getting straight away over to Pycat. So Pycat, he's able to back away. PPD will fall. But tanking the gang. Exorcism has been used here as well. Optic have been able to get Pycat away from this.
Oh,
Zai just that smart, cuts the creep wave straight away, so it's harder for Mugi to put pressure on. Sure, he can still do it, but he's going to have to tank the tower if he wishes to do so.
Zai gonna get run into.
May pay for this as they've got the net set up into the stun. Pycat, he's watching for the sideline. Can he help Zai out here? Oh, Zai's actually going to get away. They don't quite have the damage to finish off Zai. Zai will survive. To Optic, they play it perfectly. They bait around Newbie. Exorcism did absolutely nothing for that first usage.
And I think Optic, now they want to definitely defend this tower. It's well worth it for them. They didn't really lose anything. That's the role of the fight position. If you tank that smoke gank, you are perfectly okay with that. Mugi thought there was going to be a much bigger fight. They knew that PyCat was on the high ground. He's like, I'm going to pop my ult just in case I get stunned and I can't get it off at a later time.
These are sort of a couple of smoke plays that Newbie have attempted for and just haven't really amounted in much at all for them. Sure, they're still farming fine. As you can see, the net worth on all cores still looking very, very good. And eventually they will have the big song set up from KP. Still a little bit of time there on his first big item. SCCC though, he's got the money for the relic. It's going to be a very respectable timing on his Radiance this game that he's going for on Ember Spirit.
I think it's going to be a really nice pickup for them too.
Yeah.
It's a good amount of damage. Makes him just really annoying to play against as a whole. Second most last hits in the game. Haven't really been focused whatsoever. Bounty runes now spawning Kaka. Gonna grab the bottom ones. Just gonna get for the trade. Optic grab their own bounties. This time around it is 50-50. They're gonna start pinging out Zai. They know the illusion has scouted out deeper into their jungle. KP has the ult available.
CCNC popping the outer dragon form so we can just sort of alleviate the pressure on this mid lane.
Already up to level 12.
Yeah, and with the sort of the farm he's been having as well, CCNC, he's going to be hitting the BKB at sort of a similar time. Maybe just a little later than SCCC finishes off the Radiance. So he's going to be very tanky in these fights. He's very easily able to get in with the blink, get on a target, and Newbie can't really do much to stop a BKB high-level DK at this stage of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be incredibly powerful. Most of their damage, if you look at their lineup, just magic. Not really going to affect this DK whatsoever. Same with the Radiance. The burn, the mischance, none of it is really going to bother him too much, as now he's going to walk up very aggressively. They want to try to grab this tier 1 tower finally. In fact, Newbie all at bottom. Zai's going to be the target here.
An Optic Heart. 33, they've got a fair few of them. In fact, 33 is going to look to lead in straight away with a hook shot onto KP. They'll turn around Faith with the Ice Path, trying to hold back 33, and that will allow KP to survive. They turn with the root, they've got the control, they'll be able to take down 33's Clockwork. See if they can get anything more. Kaka comes in, Zai turns with the stun. He got the spike carapace out in time, but still not enough to sort of set up onto Zai for the rest of the team. So they'll get everybody else out of there. So do lose one. Again, this is the usage of the Ghost. So as long as Optic can sort of stop Mugi from getting a tier 1 tower mid, it's not the most effective use of the ult. But we'll see if they are able to finish it off, because they have got the chance to get the Ice Path from the side, Newbie. At the same time, PPD just come in straight away with the Static Storm. He's just taking down KP, and here's the ult. Looking to move in. Spike Carapace from Kaka will hold him back. They get the vision for the glimpse, dragging back Faith. They're taken down Jakira. CCNC with a brief fire, forcing back Kaka. The tower will fall.
Look at that Nyx, 50 HP, has to walk away. Mugi doesn't have the ult either. With the Arcane Rune here, CCNC might just grab it, pop his ult, go for the aggression themselves, and this mid-tier 1 tower is going to be very important for this. But it looks like Optic, they're loath to go for this, and in fact, they're just going to split up and continue to farm. CCNC popped the ult as if they were going to go for the push. And
they did, he popped it straight away. And heading down bottom, I mean, the tier 1's already been taken there, so no, he's not going to get any sort of tower of sorts with that use of the ult.
They're going to get a lot of farm out of this time, though.
Sure, I mean, yeah, look at PyCat's Lune already. He's catching up. He's down the top 3, top lane. Very nice setup from Kaka, allows the Ice Path from Faith to come through onto Zai. They get themselves another pick off onto one of the supports of Optic.
Still feels a little bit, I don't know. Do you really mind that death if you're Zai? 4 positions never mind deaths like that. Like when you rotate more than 2 heroes to kill a support. He's not DJ's Wisp or anything like that.
Newbie getting a little more confident now with the way that they're pushing in. The Radiant's done on SCCC. The hammer's nearly out for KP as well. So they're sort of getting these components together that's going to allow them to take these fights. And there it is. So KP has the hammer. He's got the song.
The very easy to hit hammer.
The very, if you know what you're doing with the Aquila, he will. He absolutely will toggle that Aquila 3 times and go for it.
So I know you're going to be watching.
I'm watching that Aquila.
Oh, here we go.
CCNC straight in with the newly found BKB. Immediately gets the lockdown onto SCCC. That's the Ember Spirit gone for now.
Been caught too.
They're looking for more out of this. Kaka will get himself away with a Vendetta, but no, the Dust, the Vision, they've got him. PPD drags him back with the Glimpse. They'll get themselves second. There's going to be a buyback from SCCC.
He's in the thick of things right now.
Ooh, and look at that. The timing, the placement, it's perfect. And he did toggle the Aquila. It's off at the moment. He did it. He knows what he's doing, KP. The perfect timing. You can't escape it. They get 2 kills. They do get the tier 2 tower out of it. It's all they needed. It works.
It was indeed very easy for him.
It was easy. Another day in the office for KP there on Nagasaki.
Oh, they might get a kill out of this, though. SCCC.
He's pretty scary. I mean, sure, SCCC bought back for this, but this is what he's doing. He's dead. If he doesn't die, but he died. Oh,
He's dead.
Oh, it's definitely not worth it. SCCC dying there.
Another day at the office.
Yeah, for SC. Oh, my goodness, he's gone. SCCC down for 50
He's got the glimpse.
He's got go for it. Do it. Oh.
He's got it. Who else is coming, though? Nobody.
Just right-click him.
He will lose that fight, Owen.
He's maybe dead.
He will definitely lose that. He's dead now.
He's glimpsed himself. Oh, Zai. Oh, no, the backup's there. Zai's in. And now Faith, he's the one that's got to run. PPD's coming back in. This guy, he's not scared of anything at all. I mean, sure, Faith will get out, but Kaka will not be as lucky as PPD. He sort of baits them in, gets them a kill.
That was so weird. Nobody came to help him for such a long time. Oh, that was great. SCCC dying twice.
That's, yeah. Painful
really slows down his game.
Yeah. He was in, I mean, he's sure, he's still very much up there at the top 4, but suddenly it's PyCat at CCNC leading the charge. And as we said, yeah, PyCat on his Luna, we've already seen the momentum that he's had, because he was behind at the start. He was getting pressure in the lane, and suddenly he's top net worth. It's very likely that this is going to be a game where he just continues to zoom up and up and up. They have to do something about this Luna. They can't continue to give PyCat space.
And once he gets that BKB, he's going to be a terror in this game. That top play, and 33's clockwork, he just sat inside. He's like, I'm going to win this fight.
He's doing a lot with that blade mail. He is. And he's going for the hook next, of course. It's going to be a tanky, beefy clock. And this is sort of one of the benefits that we're seeing from this meta where we have 2-1-2s is the offlaners, they just get more farm. You know, we're certainly seeing these games where, you know, KP this game and 33, they're in a great position because they have that security in the lane. So much more sort of balanced spread of net worth between all cores.
Mid lane.
But pick off 33 with the BM hook shot.
Was it BM? I think he was trying to get more kills. The BM would have been tipping right there.
We haven't seen any BM tips.
I know you want that tip.
I'm looking forward to the tips.
Oh, that would be, I would be really upset if that happened to me.
If someone tip.
Especially in a pro game, I would actually genuinely bother me a lot.
It could be game defining. Kaka.
At bottom, Kaka, he's just gonna run away. But Optic, they've got the BKB completed on this Luna.
I mean, this is the push we talked about. Well, between their 3 cores, between a Leshrac, a Luna, and a DK, if they're given the space, they can barrel down towers. And sure, what the CCNC, he's relying on having the ult, but the other 2, they don't need sort of those long cooldowns. You look at the push of Newbie, a lot of it is reliant on having the exorcism. I say that, it's also the creeps are getting away with the free push up top. They are starting to tickle away at the tier 3 tower. PyCat will come in to quickly push them back.
Part of the problem too for Newbie is,
ooh, look at this.
When you start the fight, you have to be very aggressive. Like, you have to be on Optic's side of the map because you don't have these cores that naturally hit towers, which is why I think they picked the Jakiro to pair with the DP. So they have something that isn't so heavily reliant on that.
Oh, look at this, the little thing, straight in they go. They managed to find Mugi, they will lose Zai, but Optic there in the pit. KP looking for the timing, bam. Ooh, he's not actually going to get it there. So he messes it up, and now he's going to pay with his life. As Optic turns towards him, take a second.
And Roshan is so low.
They're going to get it free and easy there, Optic Gaming. Killing off 2 in this. SCCC wants to go for a quick play, but he's not going to go for it.
And look at PPD right now. He's trying to find somebody with the glimpse.
Oh, it was a mini glimpse, but it was good enough. They've got the vision for the Thunder Strike. Faith getting surrounded as well. Optic getting 3 kills. Roshan and an Aegis. I mean, Newbie, they went into the pit, they were attempting for this. It was always going to be hard. Optic already had the edge in terms of net worth and fighting potential. Sure, they had the song, but
BKB,
he didn't get it out. He didn't get the stun out onto the 2 of them.
If you think if he gets that stun off, they win that fight?
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah. I think they still just
we like to make it close. No.
Once Mugi popped his ult, once Mugi popped his ult and he died, it was like, okay, well, there goes the fight.
Yeah. And 33 on his clock. He's always going to know the right time to get in the pit.
Look at CCNC right now. He's level 17. He just gets into the middle of everything.
I mean, both of their cores are just so big. The BKB and the Dragon Lance on the Luna. This is a lot of beef that it's very hard for the cores of Newbie to cut through. You have this bots Radiance Ember, which... Sure, the Radiance was still got a good time for SCCC, but as we said, sort of the pace that he's playing with this item build, it's sort of just getting outmatched by what Optic have. on their cause. It just doesn't, the maths doesn't check out in favor of the Ember.
I think the top play really hurt him the most. When he went for that dieback, he was in a really comfortable position, dying twice. And he was the highest level on his team. That gives up so much, especially to the supports on the side of Optic. Like, that's what's enabled PPD, who's level 14 in this game right now, Owen.
Yeah, he's loving it. Yeah, same as 33 on the core clock.
All the supports right now on the side of Optic feel very good. Because if you look at Kaka right now, level 12 with trying to get this Yules.
Kaka's been spotted.
Yep.
They've got the dust on him. Instantly with the sentry down. Then knew someone was about. And they'll catch him out again. It really just felt, I mean, from the laning to sort of this mid-game, it's just a very hard game to have an impact on the Nyx Assassin. It's, despite carapace and such, it's just not really been anything more than just a mild annoyance at the start of the fights.
He just can't get into the thick of things. Optic just go for these pushes, and the Nyx just watches. They're just sitting there. It's like, okay, well, guys, they're pushing. Thanks for the info. It's very useful. It's now Optic. I think you go for 2 towers here. And they're being greedy here by showing CCNC mid, but I think they feel far enough ahead that they don't really care too much. Ember Spirit gonna go for this bottom room. CCNC gets the stun off.
It's a full butterfly on Pycat now.
That is a really farm Luna, and that's what we said.
Very fast Pycat.
It's a free Luna game.
He has certainly been one to impress on sort of his run with Optic. And I think one of the players as well, at sort of the very start of the putting together Optic, questions were always asked. Because Pycat, he'd been on a lot of sort of those rosters where it just never really worked out. But yeah. I don't know what it is about this team, maybe the fact that he's sort of, it doesn't sort of have the pressure on him to sort of captain because of the people besides him. He's just been given a lot of space to perform, and at times he certainly looked like one of the strongest carriers in the game.
I think part of it too is like the way that the other 2 cores work around him. They create a lot of space for him. The way that CCNC and 33 play, it's very self-sacrificial. The hook shot comes in.
Straight in and across onto Faith. Faith's not going to have a chance to do anything in this fight, and now the rest of Newbie in a bit of disarray as well. Nice out. They are looking to turn Mugi. Comes in with the X's, and they have managed to surround Pycat. They'll take him down once. He's holding on to the BKB for his second life. Because Optic, they'll want to continue to fight here. Put the BKB in straight away. The ultimate looking towards Mugi, punching him. Mugi's got to use himself up, but he's just taking so much damage from the right clicks. The Butterfly and Luna doing 2, but CCC with a double kill. Jumps over with a blink to pick up the triple as he gets KP as well. Caught out by 33. They just can't take a fight at this stage of the game, Newbie.
Now they're going to transition this into the push. Gets the glimpse back, but SCCC with a very good timing back into his Remnant, and with no creeps available, it looks like they're going to disengage off of this. Everyone's starting to respawn pretty soon, but more and more of a lead for Optic as this game continues to press forward in their favor.
It really, I don't know if, I mean, would you say, you know, the draft, would you say the draft did heavily favor Optic from the start? There was a definite sort of draft advantage.
I mean, we both agreed, right?
Yeah.
We liked Optic's lineup. It looked very balanced. This Ember last pick, yes, it's a little bit flashy. It's the type of hero that SCCC likes to play, but there's a lot of burden on him.
I mean, that's the thing. And do you like the fact that he did go for the Radiance? Because you're against these 2 cores, you know that they're going to get the BKB. You know that the Luna especially is going to be able to farm it very quickly. CCNC probably got the BKB a little quick on the DK than you'd expected, but the Radiance is not... It's not going to sort of help you in these sort of fights when sort of the group up and go is there. I mean,
it scales really well when it comes like later and later into the game. It helps him farm, but I would almost completely agree with you. Because when it comes to the actual team fights, what have we seen this Ember Spirit do? He doesn't deal enough damage where he scares either the supports on the side of Optic. They've got a Scepter on Zai, he can just pop that himself. It's just a really weird position for him to be in. They're going to run into this Jakiro once again.
Again, quick setup there with the Yules. The rest of the team are going to leave Zai to it. They know Zai's got that one on his own.
And they're pinging right now. They see Kaka. Oh, hook shot.
Hook shots into CCNC's big ass there. All right, blocking the way on the DK.
That's where you tip your teammate.
He's a chunky boy.
They might just go into a push, though, without the Jakiro up.
I mean, they know that they've got a good chance of getting away with it. I believe that's... Pycat at about 1,200 away from having a full satanic sort of coming up to this 30-minute mark that he'll probably hit if he's able to get that final farm.
Trying to go for it. Oh, PPD.
top lane as well. SCCC was putting a bit of pressure on, but indeed PPD, I mean, he's been absolutely on point with the sentries each and every time. They just seem to know, they're in Kaka's head. They know where he's going, they know what he's doing. He just cannot sneak around anywhere at all on this map.
This must feel miserable for Kaka to play. It's like, what kind of impact have we seen this Nyx play so far? He's 2-9-4. He's died so many times. The return on investment for those wards must be excellent for them right now on the side of Optic. They got the gem now completed on this DK. They know that how the fight starts is the most important thing, and they've neutralized half of it. If you can't have this Nyx just walking around, scouting things out, it puts you in a position where you just have to play really defensively.
And it just, in terms of sort of the damage output of Newbie, there's just no way that they can get any sort of comparable damage out at the same rate that a hero like Pykatsuna has at this stage of the game. It's in sort of the team fights, there's like the Exorcism, the Burden, the Jakiro, it's all sort of slow damage over time. There's no sort of wham bam, that hero's out of the fight from Optic.
Yeah, issue being, of course, that Mugi just doesn't have a lot of farm. So when he does pop that Exorcism, he just ends up going down very quickly. As
they just pick off the Jakiro. 33's got his eyes on KP. And with the battery assault, very hard for KP to do much in response. I mean, he can try and go for the song play, and he will make it away. But again, that's a song for retreat. It's not going to be a song that they can use to sort of stop a push. You know, Optic can very well say, let's go for it. We'll see if they want to wait for Roshan. Could potentially be up very shortly. But either way, I mean, 11k lead at 30 minutes in. It's just been Optic on the up and up.
Mid lane again. They want to try to make this move on a Kaka. Aeon Disc is popped. SCCC is here. He's going to get the roots off. Onto Zai.
That glimpse is going to save Zai, though. Beautifully played there by PPD, peeling SCCC away from Zai, and now
isolating him.
He
doesn't have a remnant out.
Oh, he's trying to slowly get himself away.
He barely went down.
He's got Remnant back in 5 seconds. The right clicks, is he going to be able to play? They've got the vision there with the rocket flare. The right clicks, SCCC can't quite survive, though. The glaives bouncing about. Pycat will finish him off. Mugi now trying to turn the tides there with the BKB and the Exorcism. CCNC is hunting down KP, picks him off at his side. Now Newbie, can they get anything out of this again? Another glimpse from PPD, taking Mugi away from 33. 33 pretty beefy with this hood. CCNC's able to sweep back over. And Newbie, they're just broken, absolutely all over the place. That was not an attempt at a fight. That was just an entire mess from Newbie. They just can't take a single fight this game. I mean, sure, you could sort of say it's down to the draft, but this game from sort of the 15-minute mark onwards, it just looked impossible to play from.
Look at that tip.
There it is.
KP gave to CCNC the well played.
I mean, this is almost certainly game over here. They're just going for the tier 4s with the Butterfly and Pycat. He makes short work of these buildings. Optic Gaming looking incredibly clean here in this first best of 1 for them as they will take down Newbie. I mean, there really wasn't much to sort of question that game from Optic's performance there. The draft was pretty much perfect in sort of response to what Newbie did. They played it perfectly, and Newbie, they seemed absolutely lost in that game.
Yeah. There wasn't a point in this game that I was worried for Optic. From the get-go, the laning phase on, the bottom lane went disastrously for Newbie. Kaka was not able to have any sort of impact in this game. SCCC, I mean, he was off to a very good start, but it just felt like he fizzled out so quickly after that top engagement.
I mean,
SCCC, he was off to a very good start, but it just felt like he fizzled out so quickly after that top engagement.
I mean,
structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Минуты. Либо 104, да, наверное, мне показалось. Ну, просто, да, 140 золота, что-то, по-моему, перебор какой-то на такой минуте. Хотя, не уверен. Может быть, я опознался просто-напросто. Но все равно он получил экспу, он получил дополнительные деньги. Не он же, правильно, Сентри Вар тут купил, правильно?
Ну да.
Получил дополнительные средства. Нападает на Вайпера в центре. ФНГ, да, сдав.
我这次的话是没有人能替下来救这个费尔蒂，没有达成一个人头的互换。
Radiant are scanning.
Поздний,
ну, это на 40-й минуте.
Не, ну не на 40-й, пораньше.
По-моему, как-то так.
Ну, где-то там в мидгейме ты получаешь такие вот, как бы, сопоставимые суммы за задеварженные варды. Где-то 140-150 золота.
Надо будет формулу посмотреть, в общем, и, в принципе, уже не гадать. Да
не, надо просто в доту чаще играть. Но я в последнее время на саппортах редко играю, поэтому затрудняюсь с ответом. В очередной раз убили Фира, кстати, на центре.
Да, у Фира прям какие-то действительно серьезные проблемы на этой линии происходят. Но, с другой стороны, опять же, Спирит делают упор на мид. И Гдолюбов в этой команде больше, чем Ильдонолюбов, как мы видим. Во всяком случае, пытается пока что Бивер помогать своему тиммейту, своему мидеру довольно-таки серьезно. И на мидл-линии это все выливается в то, что Год уже имеет 6-й, пробивает тавр. Пробивает тавр, причем довольно-таки серьезно. Половину тир-1 тавра сломал. Правда, крит пытается отгонять, пытается опять же подпушивать все это дело.
Соль ситуации, скорее всего, заключается не в том, что кто-то тут любит больше Илидана или Года, а в том, что Shadow Demon не способен вообще никак помочь Сларку. То есть это слабый саппорт на линии против Найтсталкера. И тем более против Найтсталкера Клокерта. Если бы это был бы, например, Shadow Demon в комбинации с каким-нибудь... ну, я не знаю, алхимиком, например. Вот такая, знаешь, старая связка была. Там, кстати, в топе у нас разменчики. Спектр 5-го уровня хочет зарезать Скайрос Мейджа. Конкассив шот. Очень неудачно Фобос Battle Hunger использовал сейчас прям перед смертью своего саппорта. Надо было бы его сохранить и прожать чуть позже. А сейчас еще Фобос рискует умереть. Потому что ошибся с позиции. Ну и с Battle Hunger тоже ошибся. Артизи получает даблкилл. Так вот, раньше была такая, помнишь, старая связка Shadow Demon плюс Алхимик. Алхимик начинает заваривать, Shadow Demon прячет, пока Disruption работает, Алхимик там крутит, вертит банку эту. И потом герой выходит из Disruption и получает по голове очень-очень много урона под 10 спреем. Вот это, да, хорошая связка с Shadow Demon. Там с каким-нибудь ЦК может быть неплохая связка. Спрятали, ЦК подбежал, совершенно спокойно, скастовал фантазм, стан, риф, все, убили. А со Сларком ты, ну, особо ничего не можешь сделать. У Найтсталкера рейндроп, у Найтсталкера, ну, правда, этот рейндроп ни на что не влияет. Или, погоди, это рейндроп у Сларка. Ну, да, если бы у Найтсталкера был рейндроп, то все равно это бы ничему ему не помогало. Но, тем не менее, у него много хп, у него много армора, его тяжело забрать. И все, что может Shadow Demon сделать, это пробежаться по рунам и попытаться загангать мид.
Так, крит. Крита сейчас могут поймать. Бивер пытается уйти хоть каким-то образом из скоков, но в итоге его преследует Крит, и такими темпами Крит, может быть, и сам умрет, но он забрал скаверсмага.
Да, ну, тут немножечко подспейсили для спектры. Опять-таки, экспу Артизи получил. О, Артизи, кстати говоря, все не так уж и плохо. 37-12, у него 6 уровень. Правда, маны нет и ресурсов у него вообще нет. Но каких-то крипов он добивает. Это раз. И артефакт у него тоже есть. Это 2. И крипстат у него достаточно солидный, хороший для такого тяжелого лайна. Артизи блестяще отстоял, мне кажется.
Так, Мизери пытается, возможно, сейчас зацепить. Да, здесь есть пара аркинболтов. Фобос все еще не вкачал Агар. Но, видимо, он ему не нужен, потому что цепляет Disruption Misery, и все же слишком много урона по нему залетает.
Вся соль вот этой связки Акс плюс Каймак как раз и заключается в том, что ты через Battle Hunger качаешься. Многие даже на 5 уровне берут 3-й Battle Hunger, а не 3-й Helix для того, чтобы доминировать. Но, видимо, здесь уже не получается Спектру как-то от крипов отогнать. И Фобос подумал, что надо все-таки Helix для того, чтобы потом лесочек можно было подфармить. Вот, и, ну, и, соответственно, быстрее выкачать Helix, начать уже качать Берсеркер Скол, что он ему будет нужен. Ладно, early game, как-то ЕГЭ со своей спектры пережили. Будем смотреть в ближайшее время, что будет с мидгеймом у команды ЕГЭ, потому что в мидгейме мы знаем, что Акс приобретает Блинкдаггер, Скаймак хапает левел 6, и проблемы возникают. Вот найдут Крита, Крит использует Хоги, пробивает их, и фамильярами год подцепить Крита, скорее всего, не сможет, да.
Да,
одного посадил, но этого мало.
Слишком долго стоят, и ты никаким образом не сможешь догнать этого персонажа. Так, тут Лидан, правда, увидел Крита, Крит пытается закрыть его в Коге. Есть, конечно же, Дарк Пакт. Используется ночь от Сумаила. Все еще имеется ультимейт у Сларка. И дальше, наверное, с Критом нет смысла никакого драться. Нужно пытаться уже просто отсюда уйти. Артизи прилетает на Элидана, но Элидан успевает сделать паунс. В итоге остается в живых. Это очень круто. Отхиливается на шрайне, и Сларк, будто ни в чем не бывало, абсолютно спокойно может дальше продолжать фармить лес. Проблема только лишь в том, что ночь действительно работает, Сумейл будет пытаться агрессировать, и теперь-то уже ультимейта не имеется, а без ультимейта ты от Найсталкера, скорее всего, не уйдешь.
У Сларка очень хороший обзор ночью, в этом как раз его преимущество перед другими героями. Опять-таки, если не вру. У нас в миде разменяли, забрали Вайпера. Должны еще пытаться убить Крита, но Крит ставит Коги, кажется, уходит здесь.
Очень похоже на то, фармит, правда, визаж те самые Коги, но, понятное дело, для него это не самые большие деньги, которые он за эту жизнь увидел. Внизу, кстати, Лидан разобрался со Спектрой, вот это уже очень хороший фраг. И Лидан вместе с Аксом все же смогли здесь скомбинироваться, и очень круто получилось таки отыграть. Что ж, 13-я минута, точнее 12-я минута игры, счет 8-4, и Лидан уже потихонечку задумывается над Shadowblade'ом, я предполагаю. Либо же сделать себе ПТшку. Скорее всего, сделать ПТшку перед ШБ. А может быть и сразу ШБ возьмет такой вот фаст Shadowblade, дабы кого-то пытаться уже искать и по-быстрому наказывать. Очень немало золота сейчас получает, опять же, подфармливает потихонечку лес, там 2 больших крипа оставались, и уже почти 8-й апнул. В принципе, Сумаил недавно был топ-нетворсом на этой карте, но сейчас он уже занимает 2-3 строчку. Сларк все же потихонечку подтягивается. Пора бы выйти на Артизе. ФНГ цепляет. Дизрапшн работает. Отлично. Закинул также еще и Саулкетчер. И Артизи очень быстро разлетается. Откидывается големом Мизери. Но голем, наверное, уже слишком поздний. Автолбанды работают. Автолбанды неплохие. Даркпак там Сларк себя все скидывает и пытается выйти из скок. Прям-таки под Shadowdance. Да, спасается из этой ситуации. Никто уже не идет со спины. Поэтому команда Спирит очередной раз выигрывает файт. Просто спокойно забирает спектру и никого не теряют.
Да, знаете...
Потеряют, правда, может быть, ФНГ.
Не наврал я по поводу Night Vision. Сларка, у него хороший Night Vision, действительно, по сравнению с другими персонажами, с большинством других персонажей. Вот, но я, кажется, наврал вам на предыдущей карте, сказав то, что Спирит Весели не спасает от Таймволка. Точнее, наоборот. Но нет, все правильно, Спирит Весели не спасает от Таймволка, сказал так. На самом деле, он вроде как опять восстанавливает здоровье, мне там зрители подсказали впоследствии. Но я потом проверю в лобби, уточним, потому что довольно важный момент. Просто имейте в виду. Никогда,
очевидная механика.
Да нет. Ну просто, понимаешь, в доте есть, например, вот Сандер, который, казалось бы, тоже можно приурочить к восстановлению здоровья, но против него не работает ни Весель, да, ни Ultimate Operation. Вот, это просто такой вот момент, который как бы надо знать. Поэтому никогда не доверяйте на слово комментаторам. Они всегда могут повесить вам лапши на уши, да.
Да, Фира цепляют, Год получает в лицо очень много урона, в итоге тоже отправились ТР, но размен мидерами. будет ли драка продолжаться. Фобос рядом, Фобос, в принципе, готов, если вдруг что, подзамедлить какой-нибудь мизери, но уже решили просто-напросто сломать Регентавр. Спирита нет, доломали, как минимум не добили до денайбл состояния, это очень хорошо. Фобоса, правда, здесь цепляют Коги, Фобос отправляется в таверну, немного покрутился, но этого недостаточно. Пытается контролить своими фамильярами год оппонентов, и как бы этих фамильяров сейчас не отдать. Один точно умрет. Второй вроде как пока что выживает, да, и второй будет жить такими темпами.
Таймволк не дает восстанавливать тебе здоровье так же эффективно, как без спиритвеселя. То есть спиритвесель мешает восстанавливать здоровье таймволком. Вот так, блин.
А ты не верил.
Ну, это все равно, конечно, момент такой, он...
Да
я редко, когда его встречал, чтобы вот что-то подобное было, там так, тут нападают на Скеврес Мейджа, Скеврес Мейдж должен умереть.
Зацепили бивером, да.
Просто обычно, да, знаешь, если на Войда нападают, вот, допустим, возникает ситуация, когда нападают на Войда, там кидают ему один стан, вешают весель, кидают ему второй стан, но в конце концов он выживает, он просто нажимает БКБ и там волк, то есть дебаф веселя с него спадает, он полностью себе хп восстанавливает. Вот тут более важна ситуация против Айсбласта. Вот Айсбласт вообще не дает хп восстанавливать. Там подцепили в боте Артизи, как больно под кетчером и пуржем.
Еще иллюзии бьют с пассивой, и это прям супер больно, конечно, сейчас было.
Shadow Demon — это прямая контраспектре на саппорт-позиции, на пятерке.
Ну и все-таки сделал Лидан себе ПТшку, уже сейчас имеется Shadow Blade, 15 минута, очень хороший тайминг для Старка.
Ну, дальше мы ждем от него стандартных артефактов типа сабли, дальше можно купить Сильвер после сабли.
Да, Сильвер понадобится.
Да, ну сабля-то, наверное, пригодится. Сумейл, кстати, подрезал ФНГ, Лидан все это дело видел и отступает. Покупать, кстати говоря, у нас будет Сумаил Спирит Веселя, которому мы тут так беседовали долго. Спирит Весель может быть весьма эффективным против Сларка, когда тот потратил Даркпакт и скрылся в тени, чтобы подрегениться за счет Жилденса. Сумаил нападает в центр, снова его целью становится один из саппортов команды Спирит. Летит голем, Бивера должны уже убить, он перед смертью кастует ультимейт, но урона им не наносит вообще легко. Лидан использует Даркпак, должны убить Вайпера здесь, активируется Shadow Dance, Клокверк использует Коги, но эти же Коги стали его могилой. По сути, ФНГ идет дальше, Сумаил пытается отступить, он очень сильно замедлен. Спектра с полным запасом здоровья вновь врывается в тимфайт, и размен получился 2 в 2. Потеряли своего мидера ЕГЭ. Ну, сейчас посмотрим по файт рекап. А, еще и Варк, кстати, убил Висадж. Уже вот 130 золота на 16. То есть где-то 140. Это где-то минутки к 25 там уже можно получать. Да. Все, к тому же вопрос возвращаемся. Телепортируется, да, Акс на центр, но Акс, конечно, очень далек от Блинкдаггера. Это большая проблема. Очень тяжело реализовывать его комбинацию со СК. Ага, Мизери ошибся, поставил центрик и тут же его съедает жабка.
А тут еще и голема Варлока можно очень легко поднафидить, но голем просто уже сам упадет. Мы могли добить, но решили добить героя. Да.
Ну что ж, пока Рошана. Так прям в Рошпит вышли. С визажом, кстати, легко можно Рошана убить.
Ну, Солар имеется у визажа, так что действительно можно, да, очень хорошо. Прям под медалькой. Дэмэджа весьма немало его должен вписывать. Он тут Бивер еще откидывается. Правда, дэмэджа особо не наносит своим магическим уроном, но, понятное дело, он здесь, возможно, даже планировал как-то линку сбить или чем-то подобным заняться. Это, конечно, для него не проблема. Да, год довольно сильно поднахитал. Сюда прилетела также еще и ракетка от команды Evil Geniuses, ракетка от Крита, и прекрасно понимают Evil Geniuses, что сейчас происходит в Рошпите. В Рошпите происходит кража Аегиса. Прямо-таки из-под ног у Камнеголового. В итоге действительно забирают. Проблемы у Крита. Крита зацепили, Крита убили буквально за один ультимейт от Скайверс Мага. Отлично сыграно. Он сам закрыл себя в коге, он сам себя в ту самую могилу засунул. Ну и Акс тихонечку подкручивается, продолжает фармить лес. Акс телепортируется сейчас, правда, вот вниз, будет подпушивать, точнее отпушивать уже, дефать свою линию внизу, но Акс довольно-таки подзапакованный. То есть можно сказать, что у него есть худ, у него есть пангуард, и довольно скоро появится блинк. Причем планирует он его сделать себе после ПТшки. Довольно интересное решение.
Ну, может, передумает в конце концов. Если
будут
ему угрожать, если нападут на него, может быть, он потратит деньги и купит себе ПТ для того, чтобы не потерять средств, скажем так. А если у него деньги будут скапливаться, причем накопится 2250 золота, то он, конечно же, блиндаггер должен себе приобрести. Тем более у него очень много промежуточных артефактов, ему уже ПТ не так сильно нужно, потому что ему в скором времени травола уже захочется купить. Ну, как-то вот на Аксе, знаешь, очень часто можно увидеть там сначала Vanguard, потом там Блинк, потом там Блейдмейл, а потом уже как бы сразу же травола, чтобы быстро по карте перемещаться и фармить, и ловить пиков эти цели. Нашли вражеский вижен здесь.
Ну, его легко находить.
Ну,
да, его легко находить, потому что Лидан, он там пробежался, сразу же понял, что там и сентри стоит, и обзервер, либо кто-то рядом есть, но вроде как никого рядом быть не должно было. Ну что ж, спириты пока действительно идут довольно-таки уверенно к своей победе с Аегисом. Со всеми плюшками. Можно будет попытаться сейчас спокойно подпушить. 15 уровень у Года, также Аегис, также Солар, также скоро появится, возможно, еще и Аганим к ближайшей драке. А и ЕГЭ вышли под смоками на нижнюю линию, но здесь, понятное дело, никого не находят. Да, нашли обзервер. Можно будет его сейчас сломать. Ну, вот на 19 минуту плюс 2 дается за каждую минуту. Действительно, это так. Так что 108 было в тот момент, а 4-й, предполагаю, не 140. Потому что сейчас 136. Ломают тир-2 тавер игроки команды Spirit наверху. Соответственно, разменяться пока что Evil Geniuses не получается абсолютно ничем. И двигаются они дальше по линии. Видимо, все же будут пытаться разводить хотя бы оппонентов на телепорт на базу. Как бы пока что ТВРА ломать пиком команды Spirit, ну, сложно. Нет, имеется визаж, конечно, который может весьма-весьма неплохо фамильярами тир-3 тавер поднабить, но сложно будет прямо вот до конца зайти, на мой взгляд. Хотя с Аегисом можно и попытаться. Спириты действительно не боятся сейчас никакого гольма, ничего абсолютно не боятся. Заходит Сларк на хайграунд, начинает проламывать тот самый тавер, но, безусловно, команда Evil Geniuses хотя бы стянулась ближе к своей линии, потому что тир-2 тавер менять на тир-3 это далеко не тот размен, который тебе хочется увидеть.
Спиритам нужно действовать, пока Спектр не купила Рейдианс. Как только у Артизи появится Рейдианс, у Висаджа сразу же будут большие трудности, потому что его пассивка будет выбиваться, и он будет крайне мягким. Ну и, конечно же, Skywrath Mage. То есть это самый такой сладенький, сочный пирожок для Артизи, которого можно легко убить, просто прыгнуть на него с хаунта, дать кинжал и уничтожить его там буквально пару ударов. Пока нападает ФНГ на Артизи, кастует скиллы Артизи. Неприятно, но не работает Дизолейт. Убили Клокерка, правда, там Клокерк у нас ворвался с хука.
Пытался очень красиво, ФНГ отошел, прям действительно. Это было классно, но забрать, конечно, Спектру не получилось, но было бы очень неплохо забрать его в ближайшее время, потому что тогда можно будет еще немножечко отсрочить появление Рейдианса. Рецепт имеется, осталось 300 голды. Цепляет очередной раз Disruption. Ну, больше ничем пробить не получается пока. Акс даже дальше не прыгает, не решают они заходить вот настолько далеко, прям таки по тир-3 все-таки драться, опять же, настолько нагло. Это не про команду Spirit. Тир-2 тавра забирает Год. Можно уже сместиться и на нижнюю линию, получить еще больше золота и лишить противника возможности передвигаться по этой карте свободно. Сломать тир-1 и тир-2 тавр. Ну и Лидан, конечно, с задачей должен, по идее, справляться. Сильверайш он себе сделал действительно вот прям сразу после Шдулблейда.
То есть решил сам не покупать. Ну, тоже интересное решение. Убили в очередной раз Спектру, кто тут постарался.
Это был
Акс плюс Скаймак.
Вместе с Аксом, да. Даже Soul Catcher не потратили, и Спектра все еще без Радика. И проблема в том, что когда у нее появится Радик, у ее команды могут начаться некоторые проблемы. То есть, понятное дело, да, Радик нужен, но иллюзии тоже будут с Радиком от Shadow Демона. И иллюзии будут постоянно собраться из нее. Или да, вгрызается в Фира, очень быстро его сгрызает, и нужно двигаться дальше. Можно будет пытаться сейчас зацепить Мизеря. 2 секунды до паунса, и зацепить Смейл, наверное, лучший вообще вариант, из которых можно только здесь придумать. Даркбакт использовал, все использовал. Крит пытается сейвить своего тиммейта. Ну, там метка, конечно, висит от Акса, но эта метка заканчивается, и в итоге Найтсталкер отсюда спокойно уходит. Ну, не то чтобы спокойно, но уходит. 8000 преимущества за Team Spirit на 23-й минуте. Пока что злые гении смотрятся прям без зуба против пика драконов. А тут неплохой станчик от фамильяров получился по двоим, правда, второго отдал Год. И видимо, третьего тоже отдал с Аганимом.
Артизи, конечно, может уже купить себе Sacred Relic, но для этого ему нужно продать какой-нибудь ненужный итем, какой-нибудь Salt Shield, допустим. Но он этого не делает. Копит деньги. Курьер почему-то, кстати, летит обратно. Он несет Solar для Найтсталкера. Хорошая штука. Можно будет накинуть на Спектру, позволить ей часть урона игнорировать, броню тем более дополнительную получить, почему бы нет. Но вот Спектре нужно добежать сейчас до Secret Shop и купить себе артефакт за 3800. Как раз это Артизи и собирается сделать.
Да, появляется Рейденс. Что ж, 13-й левел у Спектры на этот момент имеется. Сларк бегает 16-го. И причем у Сларка еще 3000 имеется в стэше. Он может придумать, что же он соберет себе на эти деньги. Обычно Лидан на Сларке в таких ситуациях собирал себе Блэккимбар. Но не факт, что он понадобится именно в этой игре. Хотя, в принципе, будет приятно. Ну, с другой стороны, там не настолько много прям вот такого АОЕ контроля, так что Сларк, в принципе, себя чувствует довольно-таки привольно, но БКБшка не помешает. Да, Блэккимбар на Сларке. Все же Лидан не изменяет своим правилам. В свое время просто я учился играть на Сларке именно вот по стримам Лидана. Скажем так, поэтому
БКБ действительно лишним тут не будет. Ему нужно спасаться от всяких неприятных скиллов, которые есть у ЕГЭ. Иногда Dark Pact не позволяет это делать. Ну, когда ты, например, прокассовал слишком рано, допустим, ошибся, или соперник выжидает паузу, тогда да, действительно БКБ просто необходимо для того, чтобы чувствовать себя в безопасности. Аккуратно контролируют карту Спирит, то есть не чувствуют то, что у них сейчас есть преимущество, то, что они легко могут выиграть тимфайт, но осознают также, что если они что-то сделают в тимфайте неправильно, скорее всего ЕГЭ смогут ситуацию перевернуть. И этого, конечно же, ребятам из Спирит очень не хочется. Они будут ждать артефактов на Висадже, получат 20-й уровень годом, прокачают талант на скорость для фамильяров. Правда, ошибается сейчас, кажется, Сережа. Если какая-то помощь, G-Count, Крит за счет Шрайна, конечно же, переживает эту атаку, но году здесь уже вафли. Да, его забрали очень легко. Влетает Лидан, попытается убить Спектру, убивает, кстати, Спектру.
И пытается идти дальше. С Shadow Dance'ом дерется дальше. Дерется с Сумаилом. Начинает пробивать довольно-таки с толстых персонажей. И, в принципе, здесь зацепил опять же Сумаила. В итоге получается его забрать. Уже 11 стаков инсеншифта имеется. Можно идти дальше. Если кого-то еще подцепить, то это 100% смерть. Метка есть на Мизере. И Мизере добегался. Это минус Мизере. Сларк продолжает просто свирепствовать в этой игре. Уже Виктсик. Уже можно двигаться дальше. Можно заходить чуть ли не на хейграунд команде Спирит такими темпами. Но Тердватавр внизу все еще стоит, и неплохо было бы ту же линию подпушить. Так же. Ну, Сларк с гемом. Сларк пока что убивать вообще не получается. Это академический Сларк. Вот. Илидана 0 смертей, 7-0-3. И это действительно круто смотрится. Вот мне прям нравится. Мне душа радуется при виде.
Ready to fight non-stop. Crit tries to stop them in their tracks, but the disruption onto Shadow Demon buys time for Crit to die inside the cage of his own design. Now Spectre trying to get in. Fatal Bonds are bouncing the damage around, and a double kill from Spectre there looking good until Illidan arrives. G focusing Arteezy, Illidan taking down the rest of them, and this looks like Team Spirit might just be the ones to bring down EG. A double kill godlike sprinty there for Illidan, and Team Spirit very, very hot.
They don't have the answer for this Slark at this point. The Axe did not initiate really well, and the Scarlet Mage needs a defensive item. If he's gonna use Mystic Flare on a Clockwork, he almost killed himself, and then Spectre just cleaned them up. The one way to deal with it is to buy Eon Disc, and the damage stops. The other way is to buy Yule Scepter. So you throw the ulti on the Clockwork and Yule yourself.
Absolutely, but here goes the first racks of the game. Team Spirit, Illidan, G, and DK Phobos get the job done in that middle lane as the Familiars ready to be resummoned. G will bring them back to life.
Oh, and the cute region spawn for Slark. He's gonna go for it.
And Roshan's alive.
Rosh spawned as well.
And Illidan must be super close to Skadi, right?
He has pretty ultimate orb, so I guess Skadi just to kite around the Viper, Spectre, and it's also good against the Night Stalkers. So Mail goes down. Again, another combo. Axe plus a Skyrot Mage. Just on point.
Immediate dismissal. Sent out of the game. Illidan on his Slark, shoving out top. They've still got vision up on this high ground, but EG, they're wrapping in. They know that Roshan is likely alive. It has been a long respawn. They hook shot onto the catapult. They trap in the cogs. It's G, it's Biver, but G has a BKB. And Fear, he's in trouble. The Familiar's going in with the chain stuns there. The Fatal Bonds do absolutely nothing. And with a blink call from DK Phobos, misery is not going to last long in this world. Team Spirit have killed off 4, and with one buyback from EG, it is Arteezy running away for his life. FNG's trying to chase this one forward. Oh, if he gets a bit of vision there, maybe a poison into disruption would have caught him, but Arteezy's out. Still, Team Spirit have a free Roshan, Aegis and Cheese, and this really should be the killing blow.
Yeah, this Slark is gonna get the Aegis. He's probably to Visage, or no, he's gonna go full greed. Slark is level 21, so with the extra 150 dark back damage, that's like a finger level. Not finger, maybe Laguna Blade.
600
AOE.
damage AOE.
No,
that's already.
That's already.
Yeah, my brain was like.
Yeah, but with the the spell amp, it's around 500.
Yeah, 478, and then with the Veil, we're looking at like 530. Or
yeah, and with the level 4 Ancient Seal.
Yeah, we're looking at what, like
784.36.
Oh shit, you're better than me at this.
That was fast. Incorrect, but fast.
Get your calculators out, get your Dota 2 wiki open, figure out the maths, and tweet at Lacoste Dota because he is desperate to know what's going on. Fear is just obliterated. I don't even know if Illidan needed
the BKB. He has ulti ready in a couple of seconds, has Aegis. They're not gonna even go for it. Spectre trying to get some farm on the other side of the map. Ulti is ready.
Trying to work on a BKB of his own.
They have one ward on the map. This gem is paying off. What I see from Slark players, they tend to ask for sentry boards. If you can't afford the gem at the moment, you just give him 2 or 3 sentry boards and he's gonna get rid of the vision.
Yeah.
It's poor man's gem.
Gives him extra gold. Money. Look at that, 163 money in the bank. Spectre ulting up towards top, it looks like, as the fight kicks off. Killed off Misery here with Biver already destroying the Warlock, and Sumail up on the cliff top. Unfortunate for him, they do both have buyback. Ulti for Warlock in 20 seconds, but there is no darkness here for Sumail if he returns, while mid lane, Illidan is just running in.
Yeah, he's just collecting the Essence Shift.
He's got 2 stacks up on him. Tier 3 tower looks like it's forfeit here from EG. No buybacks, no defense. I will bring Sumail back into the fight now as they hook shot in, catching the Visage. The play melt forward, but there's the disruption into Blink Call, and Artini's being shredded. A few hits, Willardon, and down they go. I think this is it. EG, you're about to tap out. There really is no chance. Team Spirit are too big, too strong, until the chaotic offering lands on their heads. Maybe with the Fatal Bonds, but you've got no Spectre. The hero you put so much time and effort into buying that Radiance is dead for 60 seconds. And Illidan, he's alive. He is ready and roaring to go, taking down every single one of Evil Geniuses. And Team Spirit take the game.
Oh man, what a performance from Slark. I mentioned that this is a free Slark game, and now we see why. They picked Spectre into Slark. Most of the time, it's the other way around. You want to have Slark against the Spectre. So he had the favorable matchup, but the supports don't provide any kind of control against the Slark. Clock does to one extent, but
Sonic Wave from no one available, so there was no escape from that possible.
When you save the Sonic Wave and you get those type of kills, now it's like, where's Abed gonna go? He doesn't really want to return mid. You're gonna see Roger probably sit in this area and wait for him so they can blow the Sonic Wave. He might actually put a deep ward down because he's probably expecting to make either rotations or go to the jungle as a resort of that. And then they can look for the Sonic Wave play there.
Yep, and that's exactly that deep ward we saw. They've got great ward coverage for this pro across the entire Dire jungle. So any kind of recovery mechanism Fnatic want to work with, VP will know about. And they bring Roger now up to the top lane. You've made life a living hell for the Razor. Quap can sustain in that lane. Now it's Eternal Envy, primary target. However, they may want to help Ramsey's open wounds, goes after Pylite. The Sonic Wave! You saved it in mid and you capitalize on the bottom. No one grabs a double kill with the easiest rotation ever.
He gives him the next. I haven't been seeing much of the the alt shots or the offensive tips or anything, but there we go. We got one. That was perfect by no one though. Ramsey's being pressured a bit. No more.
Yeah, this is just terrific play from Virtus Pro. We expected really nothing less.
Yeah.
And what can Fnatic really do about it right now? They're having to protect their cores. Eternal Envy's on the run. Disruptive Wall is up. Pasha will keep up with him. Flat cannons, much damage. Here comes Pylite Die. Extra support is here from Fnatic, and the dual breath is nice. Hitting both Roger and Solo, meaning DJ can at least get the rebuttal kill. Pasha is very low. The Ice Path barely off the target. Pasha just stopped and TP'd. Which means he was able to get all the way home. Abed was also being dived in the meantime in mid lane by the Queen of Pain, who was armed with that arcane rune, but the creep wave pushed her away.
I'm scared for Abed. He's got to find a place to get back in this game.
Roger with the Burrow Strike. The wall is up. Jay and Pilot Eye is locked in.
I think this is the right move by Pi, though. I think he has to come top to secure Envy. Universe is already completed. I think maybe he may have actually wanted to make this rotation earlier on Pi to secure Envy, because he's getting pressured a lot up here.
Yep.
But I think this is the approach that they have to do to just guard him a bit.
Just means though that the lifesteal is free farm.
Yeah. But I think at this point, the Jakiro's not going to bully him much more than just a Tide Hunter.
That's true. Ice Pass, nice, onto Solo with the damage. It's not really enough to actually get the kill on Solo, even with a homing missile. As Eternal Envy is walking around the cogs, bringing him so low, 28 HP. It's enough to get away. Meanwhile, Razor will die in the mid lane, but if Fnatic, they are all on the retreat. Here come the Axes. He'll take one, and the Thunder Strike will take two. Roger, he doesn't want to give it up. He's got the Burrow Strike level 2. DJ comes back, almost baiting him to come in range of the tower. begging him to have a go, but he won't. Solo, there's your burrow strike forward. Have they got the damage? No, they don't.
He had
DJ gets killed with the 3 points of battery assault. They had the damage, and now they are chasing after with the anchor smash. Solo. It really is the easiest money of their life.
These chat wheel plays. I mean,
this had 2-minute cooldowns. The was happening a lot faster than that.
That was pretty cute though by DJ, right? He's got 9 stick charges. He's like, come on, man. He waits for Roger, baits him in. They fall for it. 2 quick kills picked up because of that play.
You need the come at me. Where's the come at me lines?
That's why he taunted him. He gave him the oi while they were making the move in. That's great.
Well, Abed moves up the lane. Eternal Envy actually goes towards the mid. And Razor heads down south, so he gets a battle against Ramses. They are looking for the bounty rune. They cannot get it, however. An Ice Path control duration, just not long enough from the Jakiro universe. Real trouble. Double damage of no one. Another kill that this Queen of Pain has been able to establish. That's 5 out of the 9 and didn't have to burn a Sonic Wave for.
He's gonna go absolutely berserk this game. Already has been. And when it's 10 minutes in, your Razor's jungling and your safe lane Gyrocopter's level 5, it's already pretty devastating.
He managed to have a full veil. He's got a bottle coming out in the courier. You're 10 minutes in. I'm not certain how you stop this high level of damage. Like right now, no one could just blink in and kill Eternal Envy from 100% to 0. He's double the levels of Eternal Envy as well.
Almost more than that.
I think the only thing that will protect him is the infused raindrops.
I mean, yeah, he's just setting him up. As soon as he throws the veil out, Envy's like, oh my god. Like,
yeah, that's a level 11 now, Queen of Pain. Do I really want this? Homing missile, even got killed beforehand. Bottom lane, you're going to have a fight. The Ice Path is down with a double burrow strike from Roger. Hawk shot in from DJ. Tries to create space, but he may just be more fuel on the fire. And Solo, he's found level 6. The storm goes out. Pylai die, body block sandwich. No one will arrive with the shadow strike. So Pylai die on the run. Down he goes. No one will have a double kill.
Oh
and by the way, he did actually kill Gyrocopter while we were looking at all of this too. So yeah.
And they gave him 2 tips. They double tipped him too. They're just getting in Fnatic's head now at this point. I mean, it's 11 minutes in, 5K lead. Look at the net worth right now. You see DJ's clockwork is tied with the Razor and the Gyrocopter. That is a big problem right now for Fnatic. They have to find a way to get back in. I think they actually just have to kind of group. Of course, like, be able to push out lanes, but they have to group.
You're 5 men behind the Ravage as well as the potential, I can't even say pipe from Universe, because he's been away from that for a while. He at least has the hood.
He has the hood, yeah.
But
I think they have to sit behind cores with the big ultimates, the counter initiators, with the Clockwork as well as the Tidehunter and the Jakiro. They pretty much have to be playing around either behind the Gyrocopter or behind the Razor. That's the way to get back into this game, or make their own aggressive plays, make their own aggressive movements.
Solo and no one are on the hunt. They don't have Sonic Wave for this, but Roger, he's pushing up once more. Pylai Die and are better, waiting for the fight. They probably think they've got a good chance here when Roger's in the neighborhood. Clockwork, that's hook shot available. He'll need to do it to keep no one out of the fight. Solo's up, there's the glimpse back. DJ, he can hook shot back into the fight if he wants to. The damage is already done. Disruptor will fall down. They will not find anybody else, but all 5 heroes from Fnatic, as you said, coming together to try and take this fight against VP.
It's like, maybe that time it was a little bit too much of an extra rotation, but yeah, you feel like they have to do these kind of plays to get back in this. Because these 3 cores are farming way too hard. The rotations are punishing them too much.
Yeah. They need to group up. They need to be able to do something. At least they contest for something. Pasha, yeah, DJ catches him out. He's got 8 stick charges available, so DJ's got the life, and he's got the distance, but now Ramses, oh, they got the friends for Pasha. Lock him up. DJ can't go anywhere. And whoops!
He tried to hook Envy.
Envy was close, but not close enough.
Oh, they're having fun this game for sure.
They really are. So 13-5, 6K gold advantage for Virtus Pro. Experience is just above that.
They don't have to slow down at all. They can always keep this aggression up. It seems like Sonic Wave is always up. He's finding the perfect rotations and having this high early burst versus these heroes, which are now, everyone's got like 1K or less HP on the side of Fnatic versus this right now, which is just devastating. I mean, Envy's 830.
Solo stalking Envy. Like right now, all he needs is just +1, and with Disruptor Storm and Epicenter, they kill him.
Oh yeah.
So they can glimpse Eternal Envy back into this, which is what they do. Roger will have the Burrow Strike. They're holding the Storm. They're just going to burn the Epicenter. This is ability efficiency from Virtus Pro and Ramses for the poor swipe to kill secure.
And these are the wards that they placed. They played this one, placed this one earlier, and then they replaced it as well because they're like, we're crushing the lanes. We're crushing this game. The only way Fnatic catches back up, really at this time is catching back up through jungle or sitting behind people, and we're fine if they sit behind people because then they're not farming as much.
Solo still waiting to go again. Like, at least the Dire are able to de-ward the Observer behind him, and bottom lane, trouble is out. The Sonic Wave, so good! Ravage from Universe! Korea is giving Arbet and Universe a chance to survive. They begin their TP, no one's physical damage is not enough! The TP's out from Fnatic, they will survive!
I thought no one would use his bottle to get the illusions out. I think that might have been enough damage to push it over. But either way, that was a good TP hiding there from Abed. And they live. That's the first Ravage use. They survived. The Sonic Wave was baited.
Yep, they live. They get a huge amount of gold into Arbed. That was 429 for the kill onto Pasha. Not to mention the split experience. Yet you'll take anything you can right now as Fnatic.
They're all, I mean not all, but they're queuing up a lot of
DJ, hook shots, and Solo, well, he's locked inside the cog, so Eternal Envy won't get that one. It was Highlight Ice Macro Pyre. Fire working in water.
They're just trying to tank up here on Fnatic MP. Walks a bit too far up.
Yeah, he's veiled. He's also being hit by the axe. It's the same. Yeah, it's like that is not the survivability that you want to see from your gyrocopter. Another good ice path. Blink on cooldown for half a second, and no one. Well, now he'll use it up towards the Radiant Ancients and away.
Have a very early Orchid on that co-op. Rogers 800 from Blink Dagger as well. And now a Shadow Blade on Pasha. So now they've got more ways to actually start fights as well on P, which they already were starting all the fights pretty much. Got deep wards down too. They're watching the triangle where Envy was farming. They know he's low. Lots of confidence.
VP. They put down the sentry ward, they see the observer ward as they rotate over, put down their own ops, and now Glimpse is onto Universe. They want to bring him down while Ravage is still on cooldown. Damn, that Kraken popped very quickly. Out of the wall, begins the TP, and away to safety. Epicenter, oh, they're looking for Pylite Die. He put a defensive macro pyre up, working with no one. Roger finds it, the courier won't die. It's over into the trees and away.
During all this too, Ramses is going for the Radiance build, and going for it, he has it. Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, it's on the courier.
Okay. Roger's ready to go once more. He's so low on life, 250 HP. Does not want to go into a cogs underneath the tower, however, especially as Universe will arrive. Tranquil Boots did not have enough time to do some work.
He wanted to try to set something up. Doesn't have Roar, but looks like they really want to try to go for this tower here since it's low.
Dire's courier has been
This time they got the courier.
That's it, yep.
Yeah, it was traveling up. It was actually looking to deliver.
It was, I think, the Ogre Club. It gave Abed's Ogre Club and his wand.
Okay, how much do I just feel like VP are yanking Fnatic's chain on the bottom lane? Come and fight us, please.
Pretty much. That is what it seems like. I mean, no one's just farming. He's kind of Orchid. He's level 14. I'm going to click on Envy. Envy's level 8. Yeah, they're going just for any type of stat items to tank up through all this bursts from VP, but VP just...
The fight's over, they know it. They've got the defensive observe ward up, but they're just making sure they don't lose the tier 2 tower as well. This tier 1 tower is lost.
Pasha's looking for something too.
Yeah.
Gets spotted, because they do have a ward on the high ground there from Fnatic, so they know Pasha's here.
Clockwork's still in the neighborhood too, so he can hook shot himself in if things do get a little bit rougher.
Oh, Pasha takes both the creeps though.
But they at least stop the push on bottom lane. The huge advantage of Jakiro, he's very, very good at stalling with the macro pyre. And you can get the same kind of thing out when it comes to the gyrocopter. Cleaning up the lanes, high ground defense is going to be good. Obviously, just sitting inside your home, waiting for, well, divine intervention to win you this game is not the way to win this game. There is no divine intervention against Virtus Pro.
Oh, I mean, it's an incredibly difficult game, as we mentioned. Like, we even said, like, the first item BKB is what Abed's probably going to have to do, and that's not what you... It's not always the most ideal, and he's going for it. He needs to do it this game.
Yeah.
To get back somehow.
That's the only way you can fight, right?
Yeah, they need to. There's too much magic damage. Just way too much burst.
Like, you can't even go drums. He'll let Eternal Envy build that one instead for his team, but having the stats points from this Roar, damn, that damage is quick onto the Jakiro. Ravage pops out over onto 2. They need to keep the control up. That's why hookshot forward from DJ. They lock down onto Parch, but here comes Roger. Blings forward with the epicenter. The damage is really only into DJ, but now they glimpse back Eternal Envy. Unwilling participant in the fight. He needs to keep running out. No TP available, and damn, they amplify so much with that fail. Yeah, this is why they need the BKBs. They understand this, but they cannot take the fights in the meantime until they have them.
Oh, I mean, they get a kill on a Pasha, but at heavy costs there.
Yeah, what do they really get from that? Like, Clockwork gets the most amount of gold, a little bit of extra experience.
I guess Abed was farming the jungle during it, right? Like, that's the thing is,
Yeah,
Envy is Envy's 4K net worth.
It's the BKB for Abed, right? Like it's buying time. You're throwing your people onto the sword.
But what will BKB give him in this game? That's the thing where it comes, because he can get roared and he can still get damaged down by the Queen of Pain as well as the Lifestealer. Because I mean, no one in this game, he's a right clicker. He's taking the 40 attack speed. He's got Orchid already too with all these stats. He's hit pretty hard.
They have to be the initiators then. Like you get a blink dagger onto the Tidehunter. This is the way you can initiate. But then that BKB from the Razor has to be ready to go in 77 seconds time when that Ravage comes off cooldown. Smoke up, go for kills, and they have to find a good fight with the Ravage. They can't just let VP disengage, which is a very difficult thing to stop them from doing.
Yeah, I feel like Fnatic's gonna lack a lot of damage unless like the perfect situation for the Ravage, because everyone VP, they're durable. 1400 life sinking, 2000 life stealer. Beastmaster tanked too.
And VP continue to know exactly where Fnatic is. The two observer walls they have planted are watching the farming zones of Fnatic. They know where they need to farm in order to play catch up. And they're watching it like a hawk. So while all that happens, they know all the positions of Fnatic. Into Roshan they go. Clockwork Rocket scats it out. And this may just be a YOLO playtime now for DJ, but they don't want it yet. The BKB is coming on the Courier, but it is not there yet, and neither is the Ravage. They may just have to let it go.
They have to. Yeah, without Ravage, I think even taking a fighter on the pit would probably be suicide.
Yeah. So fight around tier 2s, do you even let that go?
It is just so difficult. I am trying to find ways for them to really get back in it, and it is just so tough because of how underfarmed the Gyrocopter really is. He's bottom 5 net worth. He's 5.4k.
Judging by the position of Fnatic, I think I may have an answer for you. The two aggressive observer wards planted down by pela Dai inside the Radiant jungle is watching who's alone on the bottom lane. So pressuring into the tier 1 towers, using that, well, I say 2 points in liquid fire of pela Dai to force a building is not as powerful as the 4, but at least Fnatic have objectives they can push towards and get VP into the fights they want to have. Ravage is back up, the pipe is up, they have a timing window, potentially.
Yeah, it seems as a very, I mean, is Pi gonna die here? Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, Pi does die.
Of course.
And they're grouped up, they're in mid lane, ready to go. Universe is still farming, so goodbye Jakiro. This was inevitable when he's... It wasn't even a warning mission anymore. I think he was looking for more information than that. And
I think he was kind of cut the wave too, yeah.
Oh, Gyro Envy just instantly had to TP back out again. The glimpse! Oh, you know the really hilarious thing is they smoked up a little bit earlier. Oh, shot! Oh, may be able to save him with a cooldown. Ravage is out. The storm is good, however. DJ and Universe just have to sit inside of it and let Ravage beat into him. They have no damage. This is Fnatic. Universe running back under the tier 2 tower. No one will arrive. 3 down for Fnatic. 2 in this mid fight. The Jakiro was already chalked up. And the tier 2 tower will go too. This is the worst thing for Fnatic. They don't even have Ravage anymore.
And they keep tipping Envy. Envy's probably gotten over a full level for his battle pass.
You know, this will be the new Photoshop. It's no longer tipping, it's tilting.
Yeah.
I'm tilting 100 degrees every single time.
13k gold lead, and that was their Ravage. Now they don't have it. Now VP can continue this aggression, and they're playing so much faster, and Fnatic just always on the back foot. They can't make these aggressive plays. They can't take objectives. Look at all 3 towers are healthy.
Yep.
VP just so comfortable. And bottom towers. They're not really that healthy, actually, but...
Look on the bright side of life. Abed has 10 seconds on his BKB.
He does.
Because he wasn't even involved in that engagement.
But
wait, are they actually going to go out?
They need damage. They need to have everything thrown during the Ravage. It needs to be, like, absolutely perfect.
They're coming to fight. Eternal Envy is nudging this mid lane out. Right now, though, you know no one wants to jump. Arbed's nearby. No one has already blinked forward, but it's already back off cooldown. Level 4, there you go. Initiation out the Sonic Wave. Eternal Envy. It's so much damage, and Arbed never BKBs!
Get it off.
He fought it, but he can't trigger it! Oh. Man, he did not check that was made in China. Fnatic, they lose 2, and you know where VB are headed. They're coming up mid.
And this, I mean, that right there is like what we're talking about is Razor versus Lifestealer. It can work, but once you get behind, if they get the Blink Dagger at a decent time, I mean, this one, sure, VP's kind of crushing the game, but they can literally just insta-kill him before he can even get it off in a lot of situations.
Well, right now, I'm seeing pela Dai in the safest place in the world. He's trying to creep skip down the mid lane. No one else is there. And this will be the tier 3 tower gone, the mid melee racks to follow. And I don't think they get stopped here, apart from the fact that the tier 2 towers are still up. This is the only thing that stops Virtus Pro from rotating to another lane. They do not fear this Fnatic lineup at all.
No.
He already had a Radiance on lifesteal. Where's the rest of it? What's coming in on the courier?
I think a full Manta.
It's the S and Y.
Oh, he just went S and Y. Okay.
Yeah. I suppose he's going up for the win now, right?
Yeah, I mean, movement speed versus lifestealer and gyro, he's good. I mean, Manta, there's not really anything he can Manta off anyway.
And Klopp's already having the time of her life. She's looking for an Assault Cuirass.
Yeah, I mean, no one is having, like, the perfect game.
Get back over here. You're trapped in here with Roger. DJ goes down to Pasha. Right, this is what I was just thinking. Like, the second I saw this draft out from Virtus Pro, I'm not surprised that Blitz on the panel was just like, it's VP. Oh, you actually need this explained. It's VP. It's just... This draft is VP. Everything about it is VP.
When you can get no one in this type of matchup, when he's got this like Queen of Pain versus Razor, that's what's like. If this was reversed, if it was Abed on this Queen of Pain and no one on the Razor, we'd probably see the other like the exact same thing happening. Abed would be crushing him because that's just the nature of the matchup. And sure, you got a rotation from Roger, but no one's been absolutely on point with everything this game.
It's just that movement as well. Like I want to flag that as well from game 1 that Virtus Pro played in this group stage. Roger was playing Elishrak and he was just outmaneuvering everybody. Obviously he was disco ponying everything, but it was the fact that like, he's just on the ball this tournament. He's looking for another Merc. Abed, goodbye. This is too easy once you have the open wounds. Roll for control. You got Silver Edge as well, so there's nothing, there's no passives that you can use to protect yourself anymore.
Yeah, even now the poor Tidehunter is gonna get locked down into most of those situations, and he already had to worry about Static Storm anyway, so can be tough. Aegis does get reclaimed, but yeah, Fnatic they get fine. Hey, it's a good point you were talking about. The mobility has really been dismantling them.
Yeah, which is funny after you see their victory in the best of 1 was because of mobility, it's because of the IOs, because of the Morphling. These are the heroes that made it work. Now, here they come, Fnatic, out for the fight. The blink in, no! No one gets the BKB off in time. Ravage did clip solo in the back line. Took shot forward from DJ, but Roger, the double stun into a double sonic wave. The combos are just too nice here from Virtus Pro. And Fnatic, they needed that to work, and it most definitely did not. No one can stick around. Beating into DJ. Refugees has finally joined the fight. He walked over, and they will call it. 26 minutes in, VP win game 1 against Fnatic. Very, very comfortably.
Yeah, wow. That was, I mean, no one... Sure, yeah, rotations and everything were like the spectacular rotations from the supports and all the pressure as well from that top lane, but that was a no one show.
Yeah. He had a terrific time. What was it? Was 5 kills in the first 5 minutes.
He ended 15-0-5 as well.
I wonder how much of it also comes down to the fact like that early rotation that came in that wasn't scouted out, Roger moving in, and then you didn't have to burn the Sonic Wave into the double kill on bottom lane. Like momentum-based heroes, the snowball heroes of the mid lane. It was the dream of all of Intel burst-style heroes that they have, and yeah, that was too easy for him.
Yeah, like we kind of dictated it too. It's like you saw the Razor and we're like, oh no. We know he's gonna have this hard time, and then when he dies the first time, it's like, oh god, it just gets from bad to worse.
We had that reaction. I'm interested, like Paddle's reactions. They got to watch that entire game unfold. I think it was predictable for him. Red?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think we'll go with that. Look, you know, the bottom line is, if you're going to get murdered, make it quick, right? Just don't hang around and make it, you know, last too long. And that's exactly what happened. Virtus Pro dispatching Fnatic to the grave very quickly in game number 1. Of course, best of 3, so still chance for Fnatic to come back. And a very happy panel, I have to say. Our 2 members of the panel. Virtus Pro dispatching Fnatic to the grave very quickly in game number 1. Of course, best of 3, so still chance for Fnatic to come back. And a very happy panel, I have to say. Our 2 members of the panel.
"30 seconds to battle.
First blood! First blood. The Wind Ranger gets there first.
battle begins.
Fortunes.
How are these lanes setting up? Tusk and Doom up at top. Doom, of course, one of the greatest harassing offlaners in the meta right now. With that Scorched Earth and Infernal Blade. Crit just going to go for the block there and leave him alone, so they're not going to apply pressure as a dual lane, but rather keep RTZ happy and make sure that the Gyro gets that lane security in the first couple of minutes. The trouble is, this bit of a Leshrac...
He got scouted.
Wow. Already a nuisance in this lane. Doesn't get caught by the shards though, so backing up nicely.
Sumail with 0 armor on top, gonna get harassed a lot. Once Shadow Demon gets level 2, with the Soul Catcher and the Lucent Beam, plus illusions around, they can deal a ton of damage. Depends which creep is he gonna get. They blocked the spawn, so he's not gonna be able to get the creep on the side.
Just look at Illidan's health. Like, one Infernal Blade. And where is my HP gone? Crazy stuff. That lane's gonna be bolstered there for EG by Crit maneuvering himself up towards top. Now mid lane Fear against G. 7 and 3 against the 5 and 2. G having a much better time as now the double null talisman arrives. And Fear relying very heavily on this Mystic Snake to secure himself CS. But FNG top lane has been caught here. And the trouble is they're still sitting at level 1 on the Tusk, so no snowball and no follow through, more importantly. As Illidan is babysat by the Shadow Demon.
So Tusk TP'd bottom, tried to go for a gank, which most of the Tusk does, especially when they get level 2. They stay with the offlaner until they get level 2, TP back to the safe lane, and then get the ganks going and pick up the runes at 2-minute mark. But this time it did not succeed because they had a ward, and now it got de-warded. So he ran back from the bottom lane to the top lane, which means that he just got level.
And now he's kind of stuck in the top lane. Doesn't have a TP scroll on him. And they're trying to find out where FNG is. Misery dying down towards bottom lane. Arteezy's got to sprint himself away from danger as well. Sumail grabs himself an Alpha Wolf, believe it or not. Not going to go for the Satyr, but instead Alpha Wolf damage coming his way.
That's not the creep you want to have early on. The best creep you can get is Satyr or the Red Bear.
I was just wondering, like, why is he taking that? And then, obviously, you know...
Has no choice.
He has no choice. You mentioned the blocked camp. He's got a camp here, which is dog. You know, we don't want to steal anything from there. Maybe, honestly, this Alpha Wolf is going to pay off for him, though. The damage is enough, and Illidan drops. Destruction not quite fast enough there from FNG to save the day.
The Wolf is not bad, though, because if you get a couple of crits, it's good. But you're relying on luck. Plus, you also have these enchanted angles that you want to use on Hadouken or Clap.
Yeah. Does push this wave as well. Bottom lane, continual aggression from Leshrac and Slardar. Misery and Arteezy struggling a little bit. Slardar's getting a decent amount of farm. Really looking for any kind of play he can make, and they know Leshrac is backed off to the northwest. Things will slow down in that lane at the very least for now, but they've got this Shadow Demon TPing back home, leaving the Luna all alone. Sumail might think about going for a play here with a Tusk, and Crit does return to the top lane. They know that the Shadow Demon is not here. He's away. The double damage for Fear arrives, and this mid lane is about to get a little easier for him, as he's caught up nicely in CS. Last hits anyway, but denies, definitely straggling as down towards bottom again. Misery has been found. One more tap, but the salve is there, and Misery stays barely alive.
I'm not sure that's worth it. If you think about it, if he died there, he would feed away gold, but he needs to run back to the base, heal up, which is gonna take 7-8 seconds to heal him up fully. Buy a TP, he used the flask, and he needs to come back to the lane.
So it's 160 gold from Salve and TP. Hang on, top lane, Illidan, yeah, he's fine. FNG should be okay here as well with a Lucid Beam to slow things down. Oh, yeah, well, Infernal Blade. That's an ability. Absolutely slaying the Shadow Demon, and they're thinking about going for more. Illidan is being pinged out. Sumail and Crit is going to hold out for now.
Runes just spawned. Fiver picking up 2. Crit is going to pick up 2 as well. The problem for G on the mid lane is he has no mana whatsoever. He's being hit by those snakes, and they can't kill. Even if they rotate someone, they can't get a kill. Now he brought the Raindrop and Enchanted Mango. Gonna give him, let's say, ability to use the power shot. Or at least Wind Run if someone rotates on him. Top lane.
Going in again. Oh, dearie me. Illidan. Absolutely screwed up in this top lane. Misery makes a good move. Instead of returning bottom lane, he heads up towards top. And I was watching earlier, you know, we were talking about the Witch Doctor walking back to base, TPing out, spending 160 gold on consumables, and that's, you know, without hitting out on CS and babysitting the gyro. But Arteezy pulled a wave on his own and is now able to potentially 1v1 this Slardar, as Leshrac has been forced up towards top to make part of this defensive tri-lane around Illidan. I don't feel like this is something you want to do, though. Illidan's level 4. FNG is level 3, just cracked level 4. But these level 6s, they're so far away, they need kills, and Biver isn't close enough. Maybe here with that Lightning Storm, they will land the Split Earth and the damage is dealt. Sumail drops. That's a close one, though. Biver was quite far away.
Yeah, they have a lot of damage output with these 3 heroes. They just need to stick together. That's it. Problem is G, again, has no mana. So Fear is going to get a lot from his lane. 30, a lot of CS denies on G, though. But still, Fear doing a good job, considering that the G had First Blood.
Yeah. And what's the level disparity between these two? One full level.
Yes.
Between 6 and 7. It's not that bad. Fear with the rain drops doesn't really care about power shot damage as they get the disruption Split Earth onto Crit. Follow through onto FNG though with some very tasty shards. Crit traps him in and Sumail takes him out, and not in a nice fancy restaurant kind of way. More like the sniper shot to the back of the head. Doom with the big hits and crits. That Infernal Blade Alpha Wolf is honestly paying off massively for them.
Now look at the wards coming out from Team Spirit. They have one on the side so he can get the better creep, even though this one is working really well, and one on the lane so they can have a vision.
Oh, bit of a cask into Snowball. Quick Lightning Storm back, and Crit is in trouble. DK Phobos rotates in, and Leshrac somehow stays alive through it all. Sumail will take the long route back towards safety and home. And this is an interesting smoke. Team Spirit want to try and capitalize, exploit, make sure that Sumail pays and pays with his life. DK Phobos, I don't know what he did there, but I'm not sure it matters. Maybe it does with the Snowball coming in there in the Roche pit, and Biver's going to drop. Roshan denies him, and down he goes with the crutches there onto 3 this time. But Fear in the middle of all of these Team Spirit heroes while Sumail does finally die. It's a 1-for-1. And G, Maledicted down, might fall. No, never mind, the damage is nowhere near enough. Should be able to turn and fight with the help of the Luna coming in with a big Eclipse. Fear has a TP scroll, nothing to cancel. Oh, there's a crush ready. He has mana for it as well. I don't know if we've got too much else, but a call down from Arteezy arriving very late, and I don't know if he gets any kills. He's going to get turned around on here by Biver. Crit is ready and waiting. FNG will fall. This is an absolute clusterfuck of a fight. I don't know what's going on.
This is just one casualty. Actually 2. G and FNG died, but they cleared 3 or 4 heroes from EG, which is really good. I'm not sure about that Slardar stun. Probably mistimed. He even used the sprint.
Oof. I think he just accidentally pressed the button.
But it ended up well, considering how did that gang goes. We're cool.
Yeah, it's a very nice smoke from FNG. I mean, that kind of snap call, that kind of decision making where it's like, guys, we're here, we're ready, we have a smoke. Let's cut them off and catch them. It was very, very speedy from Team Spirit and FNG in particular, as DK Phobos top does take the brunt of the damage from the Doom and the Witch Doctor. The bottom stack, a Luna and Shadow Demon going to work. Arteezy does not want to give away the stack, and Illidan might just pay for his insolence. Caught, potentially killed here with the rocket barrage damage being enough. Luna will take a tumble.
They don't have any stacks for Luna to recover because the lanes were 2-1-2. After that, Leshrac TP top to help the lane means that there's no stack, so she can't really recover that easily. Only level 6.
Radiant's middle tower is
Bounty runes coming up, and domes as well. Shadow Demon's gonna buy one. It'll be more than level 6. Flash doesn't need that much love. Rely on Demonic Purge and Soul Catcher damage.
I rely on little kills like that as well.
They're outnumbering EG, but EG is doing a good job. Splitting the map, they always have one hero. These kills don't matter that much. Get too much gold from it. What is G sitting at?
They got like 290, 300 experience. You're right, not much at all. G, he's aiming towards the Javelin after double null phase, so I guess Maelstrom on the cards here for him.
They want to use the Doom, and they want to kill Luna again. That's their primarily target.
Luna has no TP. Well, that's incorrect. Luna has a TP,
but it's a
cooldown. She will get dived under the tower here, and that should be the end of Illidan. Quite a lot of damage, but the FNG is coming. That is beautiful stuff. Team Spirit, they turn this one around. Crit might drop as well. The Demonic Purge going. He will fall. Tower damage enough. And Sumail dooms the Slardar to make sure he doesn't get crushed. FNG, 10 seconds for a disruption. Sumail, unfortunately, is going to get taken down. Illidan survives on about 50 HP, gets kills, and Team Spirit roaring away.
One more tickle.
What? He would live there. Tip him. Tip him. Boboss, tip FNG right now.
Was that the last tick?
That was Doom had ended as the projectile was in the air, and Doom ended.
Oh, doesn't matter. Mistimed. Still, it happens.
It's a deny.
It's a deny. Still a great save from FNG.
Absolutely.
Maybe if he bought... Never mind. He didn't buy any items.
It all works out in the end.
Also, that play. He used the Eclipse, and then he uses the Disruption on it.
Yeah, so he can't get touched.
Still running.
Well, he's doing 1 million damage. Arteezy is going to be pretty pissed off at that. Coming in for these fights. His farm is being delayed. He's still sitting at 4,600 net worth, but he has had the most time on the map to kind of sit in a safe lane, farm jungle, and clear stacks. I just don't know if it's going to be enough here. Medusa's had a pretty quiet one, though. You've got to say this is much more slow and methodical from EG in terms of their core hero play. Their supports and their off-laner have been running around rampant, causing havoc, but they've been onto mid. Medusa, it's been slow and methodical until now, and this is going to be a big kill with that Soul Catcher. Level 4, Focus Fire and level 1 Shackle Shot. I mean, that is destructive terms of damage from Spirit.
Yeah, imagine the damage once Slaughter gets Amplify on someone and Wind Ranger uses her ulti. They can just blow up anyone. They also have a really good Roche potential. Gonna pressure the mid lane. Doom still on cooldown for the next 30 seconds. Means the Wind Ranger is really hard to kill unless they use Tusk Snowball. Also, Walrus Punch cannot miss, so you can always use it through the Wind Run.
Always very nice to have. Team Spirit, they're all gathered down in the bottom lane looking for a tier 1 push, it looks like. No one in this dire jungle here as EG think potentially there's someone lurking around. There's a little stack there going for them. No real creeps that Doom particularly wants to grab, so he can just grab the Centaur.
Luna, she skipped 1 point in Lucen Beam because Moonglaves is one of the weirdest scaling spells in the game. You have from 3 to 6 in 1 level. I'm not sure how that works. It was 5 at 1 point, but she just want to keep farming, that's why.
G in all sorts of bother. Finally, the EG rotation is going to pay off, wrapping all the way around, finding that kill on the Wind Ranger. In the meantime, Ancients being stacked here. Luna continues farming with Mask of Madness, like you're saying. That's little Moonglaves there. Starting to pay off, but it feels like EG are going to be 5-manning from here on out. Group up, push, try and take these team fights with the Doom, with the call down as often as you can.
They're wasting a lot of time while they're up. They got the kill on the Wind Ranger. 5 heroes rotation for that, not really worth it. Pretty even game so far, less than 1k net worth advantage on side of EG. They need Slardar to get his blink there. They might go on Arteezy.
It looks like they will indeed. And there we have it, soul capture. And the damage from the crush. The snowball turn with the cooldown. Black cannon, shackle shot lands with the out damage as well. And Arteezy's gone. Crit is going to get taken out as well, it looks like, as he tries to sprint away. But that shadow poison with the power shot. Long range. Don't care about pathing. Straight over the trees and into the knees of Slardar. Tusk even.
In the next couple of minutes, they're going to get the 2 good items. Windranger is going to get the Maelstrom, and Slardar is going to get his Blink. His 700 gold away. They just smoked. They want to get another kill. That's a good setup. Shadow Demon into Slardar ulti. Medusa is kind of under-farmed at this.
What are we looking at? Mask of Madness, Aquila, Wraithband. I guess this is the period where Fear shoves out waves, farms jungle, while Arteezy tries to go in team fight. That's how it feels anyway. Like the Gyro should be the team fight hero, and Medusa should be that farming hero looking to split the map a little bit.
G always a boss against the enemy wards. Has 4 sentry wards, so he want to get rid of the vision. So he's gonna get scouted. Oh man, the range on Demonic Purge.
Doesn't land the crush, but it doesn't matter. Dead Witch Doctor is dead. I really like this Shadow Demon.
Suddenly, Shadow Demon feels so good, huh?
I really like this Shadow Demon. Game 1, I was like, that's pretty cool. Maybe it's just, you know, a one-time thing. But now, a max soul catcher. FNG is okay, always in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
And he has these amazing players that know how to stun after disruption, except just then when DK Focus didn't. But usually, and it just brings so much to the table. The save power, the aggressive nature of it, everything. And the Doom down onto the Slardar will take him out, but he does buy the Blink Dagger before he dies.
Money well spent, plus 3 more TPs. He just wanted to spend everything. That's me when I go to the, let's say, store that sells good clothes. Spend all the money.
Damn right. Arteezy just throwing spells and creep waves at this point. Try and keep Team Spirit on their side of the map and make sure that the CIS squad isn't running over towards the Radiant side. And you see these deep Dire Observer wards. They would love to be playing around these areas, and they're signaling and scribbling on spots on the map where they do need vision as well. You know, over in this area for the tier 1 take, especially up on this high ground to watch the movement path between Ancients, farm, and the lane in the mid as well would be a good spot. Instead, he actually blocks. Oh, that's not. I like that as well. He blocks the Ancients, spots the Ancients, and it's a Roshan scouting ward for the next few minutes. In fact, Team Spirit are going to go in. This is dangerous, I feel like, but you were mentioning with amp damage and the focus fire, they do have
what a block.
But the shards block. EG, they're ready. They don't have the cooldown. They do in a second, and it's ready now. Arteezy wants to go in. G backed by Roche. Slardar hit by the homing missile, and Roshan not anywhere near dead. Team Spirit have to fall back. FNG, Maledix, Demonic Purge, he is, and Slardar will follow immediately after with a good crush turnaround. Deathward there with the Eclipse from high ground. Sumail nearly blows up, but he will survive. Falling back and away. They've killed off DK Phobos, and Biver might fall the same way. I think that's him gone with a flat cannon, and the damage from the Medusa. Not quite enough. Oh, another urn charge, maybe. Hadouken won't land. Biver, Charlotte will catch. Crit with a nice little play will save the day. But Team Spirit, please, Acost, why go into Roshan there?
I don't know. You didn't take a fight. They need to take a fight before. It doesn't go down that quickly. And he blocked the entrance to the Roche pit, then another block here, so they couldn't fight the way they wanted. That's always the thing when you fight against the Tusk. I mean, they have Tusk, they have Gyro's ulti. They have a sigil. Okay, they don't have a sigil because he's level 10, sorry. It's hard to fight into the Roche pit. Like, it's only level 1 Slardar ulti.
Yeah, it sure is. Like, honestly, even one pick off, you know, you kill the Doom or you kill the Doom, just one kill on a core hero, I think. And then Team Spirit have the freedom to go into the Roshan and pull off something like that. Unfortunately, it's them that are being picked apart and picked up and picked off. FNG, Shards and Snowball there as he saves himself the disruption, dodging everything but the homing missile. And they don't know which one's the correct one. Focusing wrong, and now the shackle shot will take down Cloud. Blink crush, DK Phobos in, ready to fight. The power shot is there, but the damage not quite enough to take down RTZ. So EG hold the line and keep themselves alive. Slow things down just a little bit. DK Phobos should have Blink in 3 seconds from
G wants to snipe him.
It looks like he's going to go for the power shot play, but where is he coming from? Where is he going to? Sumail. Corrosive Haze. He's out of there.
Still 2 runes on the bottom to pick up. G picked up the Arcane rune. He's going to be the one picking those runes on the bottom. They need a defensive item on Luna. I don't think this could be a good Manta style game because they are so much against Manta, but he needs a BKB. He's gonna save him up.
Again, FNG is just there. He knows. He knows. Oh, Illidan's pushing a lane on his own. He's gonna try and feed, but the Doom comes in onto G. That's not gonna be enough to tick him over. They need to chase it forward with the shards there, not quite blocking in, but the Hadouken deny. FNG got it this time. Well played, but Team Spirit. Still a little scary, the fact that you are the ones being run back and not running forward, and with Misery catching here, DK Phobos saved by FNG again. Shards blocking Sumail in, and not the Slardar, unfortunately for them. But in the meantime, Fierce Medusa has been doing a lot of good work, pushing out that tier 2 in the mid lane.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the Fierce Medusa. That's a full pike finished on him, level 16. Once he gets to level 20, that's 700 mana. They're gonna have to ignore the Medusa in fights and go for the other heroes. Or if they can somehow get the disruption off Medusa and get the split shot.
Somehow. Some way, somehow. This disruption has to be used on Illidan like every fight. I feel like he's always putting himself into positions where he's either farming over aggressively or he's being dived super hard by the opponents. The Blink Doom, the catch of this Tusk, as well as Witch Doctor. They're all very difficult heroes to evade. Illidan is going to go for that Manta style, it looks like. He's picked up the Yasha.
They want to catch her teasy.
Can they do it, though? The cooldown is going to be there, and DK Phobos, afraid of his life and being lost, will fall back. They're going for more in the back end, though. Disruption. FNG's caught someone. It's going to be Sumail. Demonic Purge is going to try and slow him down, but the retreat with the rest of EG bodyguarding the Doom all the way back to Shrine. And he will be just fine. Oh, Biver. Fear. Hurricane Pike on cooldown. He's gone in. He's dived.
Once he loses all of his mana, he's just dead. I mean, Wind Ranger is doing a good job just ulting that Medusa. Blows away her mana pool.
Is this a diffusal blade game?
You got me there, Gary.
I mean, it used to be a thing. It was a thing for a long time.
Yeah, he needs a link too.
Yeah.
Has a blue dagger. That's a pick off on Misery. Shackle connects.
Sumail as well, and here comes a big eclipse. Crit's gonna fall. Arteezy and Fear, the buyback double, in fact. Fear and Crit return to the fight. They'll take down FNG, and from the low to high ground, Biver will follow immediately after. And G, Blink, and TP will be ready soon. Where's he gonna go all the way back?
2 buybacks.
Team,
they can't go into the Roche Pit.
Oh boy. Some shades of our earlier games. Oof. I mean, Team Spirit earlier on had a very similar thing, right? With that Roshan fight. They seem very, very intent on spamming buybacks just to secure Roshan. With, it's fully understandable. Fully understandable.
They need this. They use buyback on Medusa and on Witch Doctor. They need to get a kill right now and try to go for a Roche. But
the trouble is,
G, does he know?
Yeah, he wants to give his life away for this, I think. Both teams drew exactly the same lines on the map. Both teams knew where AG were going, and it will be the Shadow Demon that loses his life. Unfortunately, he doesn't have buyback. So this scan from the Dire, catching AG moving into the pit. Team Spirit, do you go and contest?
I think they should go for it. Medusa ult is still on cooldown. Doom ready though.
I mean, they don't have Eclipse, and that's the biggest thing for me is 50 seconds
They're
until
not gonna make it.
ulting. Roshan looks like it's already dead. Arteezy claims the Aegis of the Immortal. Tusk Shards will not latch onto anyone, so that's that. Roshan goes to EG, a breath of life maybe for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, they're 2k gold ahead. They have a Medusas. They're fine with going into the super late game. And the Gyrocopter is really farm. See him getting closer to the BKB, which is gonna keep him alive in the team fights. Also, he has the Aegis plus Aghanim Scepter. No? I don't like the Manta style anymore. That's why I mentioned it, but didn't explain why. Against the Gyro's Black Cannon, against Medusa's ulti and the split shot, just doesn't feel right. They can, I mean, you can push out the waves always with the Manta style, which is a great benefit. You can have Shadow Demon using Disruption on the illusion instead of a hero, so you can move, not be in a bad position, or face time with Luna.
Rest in peace, Sumail. Fear, Crit, Misery, and Arteezy here in response will turn back onto Biver and take out the Shrek. Looks like Phobos and G have made their swift escape. I think the one thing I like about Manta here is against Doom. You know, you pop it to like animation cancel Doom. But in that case, why not just buy Linken's?
Exactly. Have a pause. We're gonna say it's gonna be a quick pause, but
I think the one thing I like about Manta here is against Doom. You know, you pop it to not really a lie.
It's always a quick pause.
It's an estimate. It's a guesstimate. A very hopeful one as well. They're changing their headset. So G moving into Aghanim Scepter, obviously delaying any kind of BKB or Linken's timing. I mean, defensive-wise, we don't have that much. Shadow Demon, Tranquil's Drums, there's no Glimmer there. There's a Force Staff, of course, on the Leshrac, and also one on the Slardar, so you've got some maneuverability in team fights. But I feel like if Team Spirit gets jumped on, they have FNG and FNG only to rely on, right? He is their king of savior. He's the savior of everyone. He's the king of kings. His disruption has to be that kind of fight-winning save almost. If someone like Illidan or G are caught out too far in the front lines.
They have a 2-4 staff, so that's more than enough to keep them alive. They just need to have Wind Ranger deal the damage. He's going for Aghanim Scepter, which is kind of natural because you have Slardar in your team and you want to deal as much damage as possible. But she's going to need a defensive item. You mentioned the Fusel Blade against the Medusa. She can just deal damage otherwise, but she's going to need a Linken Sphere, in my opinion, really good against the Snowball, against the Rocket from the Gyro. And Doom.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Arteezy setting up for tier 2. Mid lane Illusions trying to deal with creep waves. EG again just going to go for this 5-man group up and try and death pull their way in towards Team Spirit's base. I think Team Spirit might have a few thoughts about shoving out bottom lane. They're a bit timid and afraid of what's coming around the corner though, sending Illusions in one by one, actually maneuvering themselves towards top, and Illidan all alone here. Could be in for a nasty surprise if he moves himself too far forward. That's the smartest thing I've seen Illidan do all day. He walks back next to his tier 3, nestled up nice and comfy. Sumail with the amp damage on him. DK Phobos with Blink on cooldown, forced. Staff himself closer to his Leshrac. Colonel Blade not going to land from Sumail there. No. DD rune for the Slardar, doomed up in fact, so that's dispelled off immediately. Homing missile donked. I don't know if they've got the damage though to finish him off. He's got a shrine up to the north. And Biver here to slow things down. They've still got this Doom going in on him, and Sumail blinks in. I don't know what's going on here as EG, they're not in position to capitalize on this maneuver. Absolutely
Sumail does not make these kind of mistakes. He sees where his team is. I don't know what this was, but it was not good. I have to tell you that, Gary.
That was a mistake, obviously.
Good chunk of gold for Team Spirit, though. Also, I gotta give a shout out to Iber again. He promised me same thing like he did in the previous game. He's gonna win this one as well.
Oh yeah, that's some big talk. Some big talk from the nice lad. I think, again, just kind of trying to think back into the perspective of Sumail. I wouldn't expect Luna to solo ult me there.
Why not?
It's because it's Illidan. Illidan always wants to go for the big teamfight ultis. If it was anyone else, yes. But I think because it's Illidan, I don't expect him to just ulti a Doom who's already used Doom.
I love Slardr's build. Force Staff, even though Force Staff kind of feels weird right now because Slardr needs mana. Can't use it that much. Go in with the Force Staff and Slither and Crush 100 mana on a Force Staff. He's going for Crimson Guard, just to mitigate the damage output from a Gyro and Medusa. Pretty great. Also went for HP talent. So look at him, 2.5k HP.
Oh wow, massive. He's a tanky bastard, he is. G with Aghanim's nearly done, 300 gold off if he doesn't want to save a buyback. And now you're going to start looking at Butterfly Lunar Illusions. MKB a mile away for the Medusa, and it looks like Arteezy wants to go for a Maelstrom. Wait, did he buy the Mithril? He bought the Mithril Hammer, in fact.
It's kind of normal, because you're playing against all these illusions. You just want to clear them up, and you have Aghanim Scepter, so the Maelstrom procs.
I was just
from the Tide Gunner.
It makes sense in that kind of direction. I was just, you know, you see the Luna with an Eagle Song. Why? I guess my question is why not MKB? Why?
Because of the recent changes, Maelstrom cannot miss. Before it was Basher can't miss. Now Maelstrom can't miss. This build was kind of popular when PL was one of the most played heroes against the illusions in general. And Terrorblade, oh, that Shackle would connect.
Well, I still get the Split Earth at least. But Biver and G there, both with the same idea at the same time, unfortunately not paying off. And there we go, FNG has the Glimmer Cape, so that's a nice defensive tool.
Meanwhile, on the top lane, Luna just splitting the map.
Illidan has A-moved the enemy base. He's got double catapults here as well, and that tower is pretty rogered. A few more hits. Arteezy denies it nicely. Done, question mark pops up. Oh, Crit has found Illidan here. Homing Missile and Snowball. Going to drag them in towards this Luna who...
He has Manta style.
Has Manta and Eclipse once the mom ends. They don't want to chase this, surely not. Are they going in? They're chasing. He's going to Manta dodge. He's going to turn around. He's going to kill Arteezy. Oh, he's got BKB. Arteezy has BKB, but still you're down to, what, a quarter of your HP. In the meantime, Biva dies in the bottom lane.
Slardr.
And it looks like Sumail.
He can easily reset with Slardr.
Oh dear. Catches Misery. Unfortunately, not Arteezy, but look at that damage! Sumail alive, dooming up. G will take down Arteezy. The Glimmer Cape is there, and FNG arrives. Disruption ready. Eclipse forward, and Sumail's gone. No! Snowball buys the time. A little bit of it at the very least. They move forward in towards Illidan. The damage, where is it? The BKB from Sumail. Oh, the blink out as well. They didn't get a click in, and Sumail's juking through the trees. Illidan's going to sprint away. Glimmer buys a bit of space as Fierce Scardy going to work in onto DK Phobos' face for the shackle shot. Lands from G. Barely surviving.
Oh my god, FNG!
FNG! Keeping everyone up and running. Fear will stand his ground, but realizes quickly he is losing more HP than he can survive. In comes DK Phobos, in comes Illidan, in comes FNG, and out goes Fear.
He just solo killed evil geniuses with his plays. First he uses ulti, then disruption. Then he keeps Windranger alive because of the Doom with the disruption. Then uses a Glimmer Cape twice.
I felt like I made a big deal about this FNG.
I'm getting chilled, man, from these plays. I'm not easily amazed, Gary, but this is something. They're gonna get the Raxes here.
You do not want a Luna to open up your base. That is exactly what EG have allowed here. Team Spirit, first rack to the game, 33 minutes in. And Evil Genius is closer and closer to being dismissed from the ESL ONE Birmingham Major. G, BKB's on the cards now.
We can also go back to a mistake where EG tries to go on a Luna who has Mask of Madness and a Mantis style. So that rocket is not gonna hit, and she's so speedy that she's gonna run away from the snowball, which means the stun is not gonna connect. Also, he used the scan for himself on the side. While he was pushing tier 2 tower, he used the scan here, so they can't wrap around him. Pretty smart.
Watching for those Shrine TPs. Very clever play. Illidan, incredibly skilled. You know, there's a reason that he's been top 10 Europe for quite some time, even hitting that top spot in MMR anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's not doing the classic Illidan things. He's playing extremely well. If you look at the game with Slark, he died 0 times. This game, he was forced to have a really bad lane, and he recovered. Look at, I don't think he died after that 3rd death. Yeah, he's sitting on 3 deaths.
FNG has got a pretty tight leash on him, I think. He's got that domineering control. Illidan may be scared of FNG.
Could be.
Being whipped into shape. DK Phobos, another invis here for the Slardar as he's positioning himself for some kind of engagement. I think EG have given away the jig here as they do get scouted by some creeps. Holding the high ground for now as Team Spirit moving into position. Invis Wind Ranger, of course, with that 20 talent. DK Phobos, shackle shot in. Down goes the Tusk. That is one. Misery might be the second if they follow through. Team Spirit go for the easy 1 instead of the risky 2.
Roche just spawned, so they're gonna go for that. EG has a vision on the Roche with the sigil.
4 bounty wounds as well.
This is not looking good for EG.
I mean, if you're an EG fan right now, you must be sick to your stomach. This really is a difficult game. They've got opportunities, though, with this Medusa, with this Gyro. A team fight on their ramp, a team fight coming to their base, where they have the defensive advantage with buybacks.
They might need to risk this. Gyro will probably need to go for a Divine Rapier at one point. Like right now, he has 2k gold, so he should start saving for a Divine Rapier. I don't think Mjolnir will do any different. They need to go all in. Luna and the Illusions are going to start knocking on your door right now.
They sure are. I mean, double catapults are coming again. Illidan, Manta style. They've got FNG nearby for those extra illusions. And they're going to swing in towards the top, it looks like. They've drawn an